Welcome back, friends. My name is Zephyr, and in today's playthrough, we're playing Final Fantasy VIII for the second time. Yesterday, for the first time ever, I beat Final Fantasy VIII, got to experience the ending, got to have some amazing chats with some amazing people. I've reminisced over it a little bit, I've thought about it, and now I'm excited to start it again. Yo, Goofy Skater, what's going on, my man? How you doing, buddy? You ready to start Final Fantasy VIII again? Just beat it yesterday. I just beat it yesterday, man. I'm already excited to replay it again. New things, new places I haven't visited, new GFs. I did miss some GFs, which I'm a little bummed about. Triple Triad. Didn't really play with Triple Triad too much. I want to be more aggressive. With playing, using the junction system more, drawing more magic. So this is going to be less story, more gameplay, I guess. But I really want to pay attention to a lot of the dialogue bits too, because my goodness, the story yesterday totally threw me for a loop. Not bad, my guy, just chilling before my stream. Nice. You playing? I'm going to be platinuming Final Fantasy VII OG. Nice. That is awesome, dude. Man, I still haven't gotten the platinum for Final Fantasy VII. You know, I don't have a platinum for a single game. Not a single game. Not one single one. I think I'm close on 7, though. I'm like 94%. I think I'm missing like 3 or 4. So I might have to actually get my first platinum one of these days. And 7 OG is a phenomenal one to get. So, all right. I'm excited again. I just beat this game yesterday, and I'm already excited to replay it. I guess that just is a testament to Final Fantasy VIII. So without any further ado, let's watch possibly the best cinematic opening in any Final Fantasy ever. It's hard to say that over 7 and 6, but it's really good. Really, really good. Even watched it a little bit yesterday after we beat it. Finished my first playthrough and was only like 10 trophies away, so just decided with my stream we'd do it. You should do it, man. That'd be awesome. I'm excited for you. 7 is phenomenal. Man, I still can't believe these graphics after 21 years. So good. And now I get all of this text. Now I understand all of this. I understand this desert scene. All sorts of things are clicking now. All right. Yeah, and this is like their dream sequence right at the very end. The cutscenes in 8 are so gorgeous. True words, my friend. They are beautiful. I can't get over the music. This music is... my God. So good. So good. And then this part. This is a video game 21 years ago, world. Still looks incredible. Like, just look how dynamic the camera moves around. I'm just getting chills right now. By the look of Squall's face, I don't think they're supposed to use magic while training. Oh, yeah. Final Fantasy VIII, you say? Ooh, I just have so many chills. That intro is incredible. Man, by the look of that wound, I get the feeling they should be fighting like that. They shouldn't be fighting like that at all. Man, right? I love how he has a, like, huge gash right down his face, but it's, like, all wrapped around his head. Maybe when he fell, maybe he, like, hit his head. How are you feeling? Okay, I guess. Okay. Take it easy next time, you hear? Looks like your eyes are focusing. You should be fine. Say your name for me. Oh, and we can rename him. Nope. You know, I know so many people who play video games and they rename the characters to some funny stuff. I just always feel so... Oh, he's got to be Squall, you know? He's got to be Squall. Got to be Squall. The only time I ever changed character's name when I was playing video games was when I was much younger. I'd play like Legend of Zelda. I changed the name of Link to Zephyr. Why don't you take it easy in training? Next time, you might not be so lucky. Tell that to Cypher. That Cypher won't listen to anyone. Why don't you ignore him? Can't just run away. You want to be cool, huh? Well, don't get hurt in the process. Let's see. Your instructor is... Quistis. I'll call her now. Just wait here a minute. Quistis, come get your student. Yes, yes. His injury's not serious. It'll probably leave a scar. Right. Now please come by. Oh, right. Alone. Whoa. So we meet again. So I wonder if Alone is, like, actually there. Hold on a sec. Sometimes my camera likes to pop in and out of focus, as cameras do. So I wonder if Alone is, like, really physically here? Or if Squall's just imagining her. This is probably, like, first question. I wonder. I mean, she looks... Oh, she has to be physically there because I think they rescue her later. Quistis and Squall. Yes. Man, Quistis. She's a babe. Oh, eye roll. Eye students, she thinks. Yeah, and right at this point in time, she's in love. Or she thinks she's in love with Squall. Maybe in love's a strong word. She has feelings. She has feelings for Squall right here. I know it'd be either you or Cypher. Her glasses are so cute. She's so cute. All these characters, man, these characters have legitimately grown on me. I do wish there was more of Quistis and Selphie and all of them. Come on, let's go. Today's the field exam. Squall, is there something on your mind? Not really. Man, and they don't even know that they were like orphans growing up together yet either. What's so funny? Funny? No, it's not that. I'm just happy. I feel like I'm beginning to understand my student a little. That's all. I'm more complex than you think. Then tell me. Tell me more about yourself. Quistis went from my least favorite character to my most favorite so quickly. Love how when you have her in your party, you go into houses and towns, she just straight up makes herself... Oh, I totally noticed that. Yeah, I think at one of the inns in Fisherman's Horizon I went to, we just walked up there and she just, like, sat down on the bed, all polite and, yeah, totally making herself at home. Cute little things like that. I'm going to try to see more of that in this playthrough. Man, look at their outfits, too. Oh, I didn't even read that. I was too busy looking at their outfits. I feel like just because we can't move the camera and the world isn't 3D, it like PS1ifies it. But man, for a PlayStation 1 game, I'm sure upscaling helps a lot too. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, even the pre-rendered backdrops, like, they're not even upscaled at all. They're still low resolution. But man, is this the most beautiful Final Fantasy of all time? It might be. This is just a beautiful world. So colorful. I love colorful. I love colorful. Yeah. Good morning, class. Let's start with today's schedule. There seem to have been some rumors flying around since yesterday. Yes, the field exam for seed candidates will begin later this afternoon. Those not participating and those who failed last week's written test are to remain here in study hall. Field exam participants will have free time until the exam. Just be sure you're in top condition. Meet in the hall around 1600 hours. I'll announce team assignments there. Any questions? Oh, and Cypher. Oh, and Cypher. Do not injure your partner while training. Be careful from now on. I do think making Quistis 18 years old, though, I don't know about that. I feel like Quistis would have been better if she was like, I don't know, 21? 20? 22? Like just a little bit older, because she's like the exact same age as Squall and Cypher and all of them, but she's the instructor. But at least from the orphan and growing up perspective, they probably had to be the same age. But I guess from the instructor perspective, it would have been maybe a little bit better if she was just a couple years older. Field exam participants, I will see you all later. I love how Cypher and Squall are the only ones not dressed in some kind of uniform. And Squall, I need to talk to you. I think they wanted to make it obvious how skilled she is. Yeah, so young. I get that, I get that. Yeah. Alright, let's get Ifrit and Shiva. Turn on the power, and... not Ifrit and Shiva. Quetzalcoatl and Shiva. Oh, do we have to do the tutorial? Yeah. I am definitely going to skip through the tutorial stuff because the tutorial stuff in this game is intensely long. Alright. Phew. I'm done. Look at that keyboard, too. That's an interesting looking keyboard. Yeah, and maybe... you know, maybe I take that back. Maybe having her so young might have been... I guess I see that. Because she is so young and it reflects her skill in becoming an instructor so young. But also because she's so young, she can kind of have a little bit more intimate feelings, I guess, with Squall. Because they're kind of like the same age, you know? Part of her wants to befriend Squall. The other part wants to keep him at bay as her student. She's already got conflict. You haven't been to the fire cavern yet, have you? You won't be able to take part in today's seed exam if you don't pass this prerequisite. I was gonna go this morning, but Cypher. Do you have a good excuse? Not really. Make it less weird. Then let's get going. If you're not too confident yet, you can review your studies at the study panel. I'll be waiting at the front gate, so come down when you're ready. You can access the study panel from your seat. And then, this part is a little weird. The fact that her students, not all of her students, but she has like a legit fandom called Treppy Groupies. I don't know about that in a college as the instructor. I just can't imagine going to a teacher and saying, "You're my favorite teacher. Can I be your groupie?" Oh my goodness. I'm so jealous. Maybe I should take up that subject too. Should anything happen to Instructor Trepp, the Treppies will get you back. Yes, we know. Alone with Instructor Trepp. My goodness. They're all so in love. Oh, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. Look who it is. Are you okay? There. Teehee, I'm fine. Sorry, I was kinda in a hurry. Oh yeah, hey, did you just come from that class? Is homeroom over? Beware the Treppies. They got her back. They are in love with Instructor Trep. Whoa, oh no. This place is so much bigger than my last garden. And Trabia Garden. I know where that is now. Oh, hey, hey. I just transferred here. Do you think you could give me a quick tour of this garden? Sure, sure. Just for you, Selfie. Woohoo, all right. Let's go. We'll take the elevator to the first floor lobby and I'll show you the directory. All right. Oh, hey, would you like to have these? My brother gave me these cards, but they're really not my thing. You can have them if you'd like. What? How do you play a card game? I think it'd be best to look at the card game explanation in the tutorial. I don't know much about it, really. If you want to play cards with someone, talk to them by pressing square. But keep in mind, not everyone is a card player. Oh, and by the way, I don't play, so don't bother challenging me. Received 7 cards. Man, honestly, refining those cards at the very end yesterday probably saved me. Turning like Diablos into the black holes and then the black holes into the demis and then equipping them, and yeah, those cards saved me yesterday. That's the directory. Oh, and we don't even know about Norg yet. I feel like we didn't really get more information on Norg. Like he was just kind of the one who put up the money for Garden, and then that was it. But also, I feel like I can't fault too much of the story because I didn't feel like I played all of it, like 100% of everything. There might be stuff elsewhere that talks a little bit more about that. Oh, as I'm dropping my coffee. Oh boy. All good. All right, well, this is it. Balam Garden is pretty big. It's a good idea to check where you want to go and select it here. I have a question. He just kind of happened. He just kind of happened. He just popped up in the basement. Said, I got money. I have a question. How do you use this? Move the cursor. Move the cursor and press X to select. Next, I'll give you a quick explanation of the various facilities. You'll find the dormitory to the north. Majority of the students live in the dorms. There aren't too many students who commute. Yeah, I'm in the dorms too. You can rest and change in there. West of the north block is the cafeteria with the legendary hot dogs. Did you explore the Shumi Village? They don't even mention Norg there. I did explore Shumi Village, and I saw that there was some kind of quest for, I don't know, getting stones or something. I didn't finish that part, but I didn't really hear much, if anything, about Norg there either. Very, very interesting. I'm going to pay a lot more attention to that kind of stuff on my second playthrough and try to see if I can connect some pieces. There's always a big rush for the hot dogs. You better get used to waiting in line. Got it. East of the north block is the parking lot. We usually take the garden car when a mission comes up. The front gate is located to the south. That's right. I have to go meet Instructor Trep at the front gate. What's the matter? Nothing. Next we have the quad, located in the west block. There's an event being planned there. I know! It's the garden festival. It's gonna be great. I'm planning to be on the committee. You want to help out too? Let's just continue. South of the west block is the infirmary. This is where you get treated for your injuries, but a lot of students just come here for advice. What's the doctor's name? Dr. Katawaki. Now the east block. This is the training center. It's the only facility open at night. It's used for training, and they have real monsters running loose in here. If you don't take it seriously, you may end up dead. You may end up dead. Just be careful. Okay. South of the east block is the library. There's a lot of material you can look up here. The terminals in the classroom are a lot more efficient. Interesting. Interesting. So they have like all the library information on their computer. And then you can go to the library for books. And you already know about the classroom on the second floor, right? Yep, I remember that one. By the way, the headmaster's office is located on the third floor. You need permission to get in. Another question. What's the headmaster's name? Headmaster Sid. Headmaster Sid. Hey Maria, good to see you again. How you doing today? That's about it. Anything else? Literally just starting my replay of Final Fantasy VIII. Alright, we got it. Hey, are you taking today's seed exam? Yeah. Then maybe I'll see you again later. I've already finished my training at my previous garden. I'm taking the seed exam today too. Good luck to both of us, huh? Thanks a lot. Oh, there goes Selfie. Hey, have you heard? There's a card club here, aka the CC group. There's a bunch of card maniacs looking for worthy opponents day and night. Consider it an honor to be challenged to a game by one of the CC group members. Alright. Let's see. So we're gonna go to the fire cavern and get Ifrit. I think I might, I didn't really ever do this at all, but I think I'll spend a little bit of time maybe kind of exploring around, drawing a lot of magic. Perhaps I should go home this weekend. I really should go visit my parents. I'm thinking when I get to the, like the actual seed exam, I want to be able to defeat that big mechanical monster spider thing. And I think if I can junction a specific magic like thunder on my weapon and then just draw 100 thunder, I think I can get some beefy attacks in early game. Down to draw point. Oh. Because Quistis hasn't given us the breakdown yet. I have a few things to explain before we head off. GFs give us strength. Man, all this dialogue now I just want to pay super attention to. GFs give us strength. The stronger the GF, the stronger we become. So here's a brief explanation on junctioning GF and the memory loss that ensues. Junction tutorial. Junction enables characters to power up and use abilities. Yes. This means GF must be junction in order to power up and use abilities. Here's a video that can explain how strong you can get before Ifrit. Let's begin by junctioning a GF. Right now, no GF is junctioned. All other commands in gray cannot be selected yet. Do you want to see it? Yeah, if you want to post it. I mean, I imagine probably just... What was it? The beach area has those fish, right? Let's see. The beach area has those fish. And I think the fish give the fish fins, and then you can turn them into... Oh, they're like triple triad. That's like the big one. Yeah, holy crap. What is this, like... Oh, they're at Balamgard, and I'm like, what is this, like 5 minutes into the game and already got Thundaga? Triple triad. I really didn't play it too much on my last playthrough, so I know I gotta give it a little bit more of a chance. The GF and magic commands appear. I feel like watching that will just depress me. Shows you how easy it is to break the game. Since no GF is junctioned, magic is displayed in gray. Let's junction a GF. By selecting a GF, press square to see a... Ooh, I didn't even know that. You can press square to see the abilities? I never knew that. Or, I never used that. The abilities are... Yes. Let's choose a GF. It's interesting how the tutorial shows us Ifrit before we even get Ifrit. Its abilities, HP and Vitality make the stats HP and Vitality appear in white. Magic can now be junction, yes. But since there's currently no magic, we will move on to setting abilities. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna kind of skip through this a little bit. We've already done all this. We already know how to do this. Like I said, this game loves its tutorials. Alright. Empty slot appears. Yeah, I think, isn't there someone in the cafeteria who has the Quistis card? I bet that one's a pretty good one. Alright. Yes, Magic 20. This concludes the tutorial. Thank you. But we will have another tutorial right when we get to the fire cavern. Everything okay up till now? Alright, Quistis. Once we get to the fire cavern, I'll explain how to junction magic. Use the draw command during battle. Stock of magic from your enemies. Be sure to have some stocked. Ready to go? The fire cavern used for the test is located east of here. So I wonder if everyone gets Ifrit. Does everybody get Ifrit? Are there multiple Ifrits? Or is there just one Ifrit? Are we the only one worthy to actually have the real Ifrit? Okay. I'm definitely gonna be a little bit more relaxed with my playthrough on this one. What can we do? Let's junction. Let's get some junctions going. Quasicatl. Shiva. Alright. Let's see, I might go to the... Ooh. I'm definitely going to use the speed up command a lot more. Let's see. I want to go straight to the fire cavern. I kind of want to fight some fishies real quick. Get those fish fins. Yeah, I think these are pretty good items to get, right? Pretty early on. Let's see. I think what we'll do is... Everything is a question mark. We have no idea what anything is. Oh, they do so much less damage. They're so weak. Let's see. First, you need the refined skill set. Yes, yes. So I gotta make sure they're all learning that. I don't think they learn it right away. Man. I must have forgot to change the ATB to faster. Definitely feels like it's a little bit longer right now. Come on, we're gonna get rid of these fishies. There we go. And now we'll go on a little bit of a draw fest. Oh, wait. Oh, I don't have memory either. Gotcha. Blizzard. What else does he have? And sleep. Sleep will be super handy. And scan. Man, I feel like I drew scan once. Like my very first playthrough. Like right at the very beginning of the game, and then I never drew it again. Okay. Alright. Quasicatl for the win. Probably one-shot him. One-shot him. And you know what else? Final Fantasy games do this, where when you're starting Final Fantasy VII, Cloud is level 6, and then he levels up to level 7 for Final Fantasy VII. And then in 8, Squall starts at level 7. He's going to level up to level 8 for Final Fantasy VIII. When I play 9, I want to see if Zidane starts at level 8 and goes up to 9. It's like your first level up is the number of the game. I refined a ton of tents into mega potions to make a ton of money, and brought a ton of magic scrolls to refine into wizard stones to max out every character's high level elemental magic. Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Let's see, camera movement, battle speed. What are your sleep thoughts on the Ultimate... Oh, dude, the Ultimacia boss fight? I loved it. I loved it. It was... I loved it, honestly. It was really difficult. Like, that was probably the hardest Final Fantasy final boss, like final boss that I can really recall. But it was all really cool. There was a point where I think it was like the 4th or 5th time that I died where I was like, man, do I want to maybe save this for tomorrow? But I had like adrenaline in me. I'm like, no, we got to do it. We got to do it right now. We got to do it right now. But I really liked it a lot. It was really cool. The finale, the ending was weird. It's like, I don't know another word aside from weird. I feel like I just want to see the ending again. So I might watch the ending on YouTube or maybe watch like my replay of it. But the ending was a little funky. Angelo is now the best girl. Angelo single-handedly saved the universe. The space-time continuum was saved by a dog. Yeah, it was, dude, the phases of the battles were shockingly tough. Like, I don't think I was ready. I probably really should have been like another 10 levels each character. That's probably why I struggled so much. But it was a tough boss battle. Reaver was like literally just one shot every other turn. Every like 5 turns. Reaver was tough. Man, and then even the final form, it would do that attack where it like brings everyone's health to 1 HP. And then it would try to cast Ultima. Thankfully, I had some Mega Elixirs, though. I think having items available helped a ton. The Mega Elixirs, the Mega Potions, the X Potions helped a ton. Let's see. But what are your thoughts on it? It might be the coolest. Oh, and then freaking Ultimacia, her design was incredible. Like, her design as a sorceress, the look of her was so cool. The only thing I didn't get was the K's, the K talking. That part I was a little like, what is going on? But overall, it was really cool. What are your feelings on, let's see. I think the K thing is just to make her sound Old English. Do they use K's a lot in Old English? Like, is that pretty common? Squall, my man, I just realized we don't got any health. So, we're gonna use Renzo early. Oh, I missed one. Failed. Oh, can we do it again? Oh man, he's gonna die. Oh man, I really failed that one. I really want to get Lionheart on this playthrough. I want to get like all of their ultimate weapons. Oh, you still haven't finished 8? Goofy? Like, haven't finished your playthrough of it, or like you've never finished it at all? Fish fins. Those fish fins. Alright. Let's see. Auto. But yeah, Angela's a girl. A good girl dog. She is. Like I said, single-handedly saving the universe. Nah, never. Oh! You're still doing your first playthrough, man. Well, I'll try not to spoil too much. But I think I'm coming up to disc 3. Gotcha. Yeah, I feel like disc 3 wasn't really very long. You know? Like, I feel like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I actually really ended up enjoying it a ton. But I felt like the game just zoomed by. Like, I feel like when I got to the end, I was like, oh, that's the end. But also, there was a lot of side quest stuff I didn't fully do, so I know if I would have spent more time doing side quests, getting the GFs, getting the weapons, probably double the playtime. The longest sequence was the prison sequence. The prison sequence was definitely too long. I think the tutorial too. Hug the prison. You feel my pain. Yeah, the prison sequence definitely was, yeah. And it was tough too, because you only have Zell. So you better hope Zell's at least somewhat leveled when you get there. Let's see, what else? What else? Yeah, I mean, I definitely recall the tutorial being longer than maybe they should have been. The Timber tutorial, like when they're doing the train sequence, was terrible. Terribly long. See, there's always one sequence in Final Fantasy game that is just awful. I forgot to save for like 2 hours and managed. Oh no, where you have to shimmy across the ledge. No. I know exactly what part you're talking about. Yeah, I think I was like shimmying over the ledge on that part, and someone in chat was like, "You're going the wrong way," and I was freaking out, but I ended up going the right way. But yes, I know exactly what part you're talking about. Let's see. Always one bad sequence in a Final Fantasy game. Like one little chapter, like one bad chapter of it. What would be for 7? What would be for 6? What would be for 9? This should be fun. This would be fun. What do you think are like the worst sequence parts of the other ones? Now I'm curious. I was confused as to what you had to go. Oh, as to what way you had to go, so I just had to commit. Same. I think I was going the right side, and I'm like, I have no idea. No idea at all if this is right or not. We'll just wing it. Oh, and then there's our potions. We have a ton of fish fins, though. How are our GF abilities coming along? Yeah, and Shiva will learn this one, so we can turn all those fins into waters. Yeah, and I'm gonna be able to junction all those sleep on the Squall Sword. What are we doing? We're getting... Oh. Get scanned. No, we already got Blizzard. Still could get a couple more sleeps, though. Final Fantasy VII, the Wu-Tai without materia section. I don't know. I thought that part was pretty interesting, honestly. I thought the part without materia, it like... Because they sell in Wu-Tai, they sell those items that cast like Fire 3 and Bolt 3 and stuff. So it kind of made me think about items a little bit differently. I don't know. I really did like the Wu-Tai. I mean, I guess no materia was a little bit of a pain in the butt, but I don't think it was too bad. Wow, Quistis, already 100. You go, girl. Squall's struggling. Alright, let's see. Let's see. I think 7 and the worst part is where Yuffie robs your materia. Great minds think alike. It made me despise Yuffie. Yeah, I mean, it also makes you think about playing the game differently. Yeah, because like through that whole time, you're constantly using materia and magic and stuff. So when you don't have it, it makes you think and play the game just a little bit differently, you know? So, I wonder what 6, like what was the crappy part of 6? I do remember the, I think it's in 6, yeah, where you split up into the 3 different teams. You have like Sabin and Edgar and Terra. Yeah, if I can recall. And I remember the Sabin sequence with Gout. The trek up to Gagazet. 12, the Demon Wall. I know the Demon Wall is talked about in 12. Trek up Gagazet? I don't know. I didn't think... I don't know. I guess I just never interpreted them as, like, bad. I don't know. I kind of like the walk up Gagazet. I mean, the biggest things I really despise in 10, like really did not like in 10, is the oh, what is it? What's it called? Getting the celestial weapons. The things you had to do to get those celestial weapons is just terrible. You know, I feel like I'm making this so much harder on myself by simply not just killing 2 of them and having 1. Oh, that's cool that it actually like if you have the speed up, on the remastered version. It slows down for Renzo. I appreciate that. Okay. Draw time. Get some draws in. I have an irrational fear to all demon walls after that. It makes me so claustrophobic. Yeah, even the demon wall in Final Fantasy VII, like that was a spike in difficulty in the game for a lot of people. Like for whatever reason, that boss battle was just tough. I remember I've died quite a few times on that part of the game. Yeah, I think wasn't there a time limit too in Final Fantasy XII for the demon wall? Like you had to do something within a certain amount of time, right? Man, the more we talk about other Final Fantasy games, just the more excited I am to replay all of them. I feel like I just haven't played video games much in a long time, like really played them. I've kind of like passively played them, but like really in-depth paying attention, focusing, giving time to it. Talking about all of them just gets me excited. Alright, we're knocking you down, bug. I actually found the Demon Wall in 7 one of the easiest iterations of it. Interesting. Also, you can teach Quistis Shockwave Pulsar. Ooh, that spell. Oh, yep. Squall is now level 8. Let's see if we can maybe get into Balam without dying. Ooh, Thunder. I'm gonna grab some just a couple potions. Oh man, this music. It just doesn't get old. It just does not get old. Let's see. I can't teach her that right now, right? I didn't get something that will teach her. Okay. You got me thinking for a second, Maria. I'm like, wait, did I get something? Need dark matter. Ooh, need a dark matter? Just one? Wow, because I think I turned my Diablos card into 100 dark matters at the end of the game, if I can recall. Ooh, so if I only need one of them, that would be yeah, that looked like a really powerful attack. It kept one-shotting me, man. That was Griever just... Oh, Griever was a wall. Oh, also a night where you first fight, I can't remember their names, but the bigger and harder black mages. Oh, Black Waltz, right? Yeah, the Black Waltzes. The first one with just Zidane was pretty tough. Oh, I hope that's Cure. How funny would it be if I died right here? Okay. How funny would it be? Let's see. We're gonna heal up real fast because we're all of a sudden dead. There we go. Okay. Quistis sucks all enemies up into the sky and they are blasted with gravitational ball of energy. Let's see. This Griever's special attack. This is the only attack which allows Quistis to inflict more. You can inflict more than 9,009. Like there's not a cap. Let's see. You gotta go start your stream. Enjoy the rest of your Zephyr. It was awesome having you, Goofy. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Wish you the best of luck with the platinum. You got this. That'd be interesting to see Quistis use that limit break though, and just send him to the sky and start wrecking him. All right, I definitely want all of these cures. Thank Almighty that we have the speed up function for all of these draws. Makes the draw grind a lot easier. I'm definitely going to try to do more of the limit breaks too. I feel like I didn't do too many of the limit breaks last playthrough. Let's see. Oh man, Squall. Don't you be dying on me, man. Alright. Yeah, is that... So when it says inflict more than 9,999 damage, is it doing 9,999 each time, so that's how it goes over? Or does it legitimately say like 10,000 or something, you know? Oh, my goodness. Oh, did I just use this thunder against it? That is not what we want. We want to stalk it. Thunder, stalk. Man, junctioning all this just right away is going to help so much. Nope, no more for you, so thunder time. It's so interesting how Quistis draws so much more magic than Squall does. Ultra Waves, I know that's a Quistis move. Let's see. Oh, and now we're Berserk. Bum ba ba. Oh, and then right away, random encounters. Gotta love them. Let's see, fire. We can stock some fires. Let's see. It deals over 9,999 in one go. Very interesting. Is that the... So is there not a cap for that? Or is that the only thing that does it in the game? Is that the only move that does that much damage in the game? For some reason, I just thought there was a cap of 9,999. There usually is in Final Fantasies. Is that it? You still alive, Bug? Alright. Let's see, and then we'll cast it on Squall. Let's see, thunder time. Stock. What are we stocking? What are we stocking? I guess we're stocking thunders. Yeah, I can only imagine once these are equipped to his sword, he's gonna do so much damage. Let's see. Yeah, and I mean, I guess you could just simply refine these, right? You don't have to heavy draw them from each enemy. Let's see. No more space for you, Quistis. Alright, it's attack time. Alright, let's see. Let's do... Yeah, that's definitely putting a ton. Not a ton, but boosting up the stats quite a bit. Alright. Let's see. Spiderweb, yeah, Ultra Waves. Quistis learned Ultra Waves. What? Alright. How are the GFs coming along with those abilities? Super close. Okay. Alright, fire cabin time. Okay, junctioning magic. Yes. I'm going to skip through all this because we already did this. Let's see. Yes. The tutorials on this game. My goodness. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see. So I wonder if every single one of Squall's swords deal the 255% damage. So is he just never able to miss? Ready to go? Oh, you know how to use your gun blade? I already know. Okay. I was just concerned. To obtain a low-level GF, seed member must support. Are you ready? Yes. I'm ready. I'm his support. Instructor number 14, Quistis Trep. Select a time limit. Choose one suited to your abilities. Challenging, yet reasonable. We'll do 10 minutes. Very well, good luck. Oh, does it do the exact... It doesn't speed up time? You know, the boys often choke when I come up with them. I guess my charm makes them nervous. Oh, whatever. I'm just kidding, trying to keep you relaxed. Relaxed, that's all. See, and apparently the top tier team is Zell, Squall, and Irvine. Really? For like strength reasons or stat reasons or like limit break reasons? Yeah, I think we already got all of those. Okay. All three at once. But like, is it their combination of stats that make them the best? Or is it like their limit breaks or something? Like what makes them top tier, you know? Ooh, some fire magic. Bomb, an elemental monster. You get like 200k from Zell's limit break. Wow. Really? Let's cast Shiva. Just because it's like multiple, kind of like multiple strikes. I feel like I only used Zell's limit break like once or twice my entire playthrough. Same with Irvine. I didn't really use his limits too much. I used Renzo a lot at the end there. Oh right, we definitely got our refine abilities. So maybe we'll play with those after. Oh, this thing. Yeah, but I think we got like pretty much all the magic. Or a lot of the magic. Man, that has to be the weakest enemy in the entire game. Whatever it was called. Bure. I guess I was right. You and Cypher are in a class of your own. You both have incredible skill and potential. Okay, this is it. Are you ready? You seem confident enough. Ifrit. Alright, Ifrit. Let's see. Shiva time. Alright. Nice, nice. Not bad for a human. You know, after I was thinking more about it, I do wonder why Irvine never got GFs, right? He was the only one of everyone to kind of have memories of when he was younger, as like orphanage, as an orphan and stuff, right? I wonder why he never used GFs until he was with the party. Because what guard? He was from Galbadian Garden, I believe. Yeah, which is why he couldn't shoot a Dia. Right. But I wonder why. Because he was from Galbadia Garden, if I can remember. So I wonder why they didn't use GFs at all. G Returner and Ifrit's card. Ifrit. Big Daddy Ifrit. There isn't much time, but let me go over this real quick. Good, you got yourself a GF. If you junction that GF, you'll be able to use the Elemental Junction ability. Here's an explanation on elements. Own. Tutorial time. Because Selfie did not remember any of them, and she was from Trabia Garden, which would mean that they potentially use GFs. Galbadia perhaps focused on technology more than Odine's tech. Very interesting. So was it Dr. Odine? Was he the one that created GFs? Was he the one that like made GF use a possibility? Just with memory loss as a underlying factor? Let's see. Reread the stuff in the classroom terminal for a refresher. Okay. It might help. You can absorb the amount of damage. Byraga. Let's see. It's a lot of fire elemental monsters here, so Junction Blizzard to your attack. You'll have an easier time with fire enemies. Alright. Yes, I feel like we should learn these first. And then we should learn the Junction strength stuff. Alright. Same with you, Shiva. And Quetzalcoatl. Ooh, mid-magic. Learn that one. Alright. Yeah, I'll definitely go through the classroom stuff and maybe kind of reread through it a little bit more. More information is never a bad thing. Man, look at all that lava. Ooh. Lava looks so cool. Stop 6 fires. I think that put his fire at 100. Yep, alright. You know, I noticed these bombs don't, like, they don't expand. They don't do the expanding thing and then blow up on you. I wonder why bombs are a little bit different. Unless there's other ones throughout the game. Maybe, like, grenades. Yule, that's the name. Like the weakest monster in the game. Like a 2-hit kill. Let's see. Alright. Yeah, and once we get out of here, we're gonna try refining those water fins. Fish fins. Into water. Oh! I got Renzo. There we go. Let's give it a shot. Nice. Yeah, there was Rough Divide, Faded Circle. I wonder how many of those, like, limit breaks there are for Squall. Like, how many finales there are. I'm trying to remember how many I had in my previous playthrough. Alright. Let's see, ability, ice and water. Into 20 waters. Holy crap, yep, we're breaking the game. Holy crap, okay. Let's see, we'll do auto. Yeah, that's a big boost. Let's see. Magic, yeah. Did I not equip? Oh, I don't think I equipped E for it yet. Yeah, I went from 18 to 38 on his strength stat just from the water magic alone. Pretty intense stuff. All right. I think it's time for our seed exam. Let's see. Which Final Fantasy you gotta play next? Yo, what's going on, Vega? After this, so June 1st, I'm gonna start Final Fantasy IX. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna go through Final Fantasy IX, then 10. I might do 10-2. I'm still very indecisive on 10-2. But then after that will probably be like 12. And then 13. I don't have 13 yet, but I'm gonna probably have to buy it. I really want to give 13 another chance. Well done. Let's see. Yeah, because I only think I spent like 20 hours playing 13, so I don't feel like I gave it the proper time it deserves, you know? And it seems like more and more people after replaying it for a second time are thoroughly enjoying it. Linear games don't have to be bad. I thought there was something else I needed to go over with you before you take the seat exam. Oh yes, taking care of your GF. This is something you have to watch out for. Oh, more tutorials, my goodness. Are you playing any Final Fantasy games yourself right now, though? It was honestly Remake coming out. Remake, like, kick-started my Final Fantasy. I just want to play them all again. Shiva's stats are shown. Yes, 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 yes. It's XP. Yeah, I never knew you could just press square and it would pull open their learned abilities. I didn't know that. And I think if we do, because we did it in under 10 minutes, we get a higher seed rank, I believe. Good game. I'm finishing. Oh, yo, what's going on, son? How you doing, buddy? You're replaying 10 right now. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I finished the game yesterday, and it was an experience. Oh my goodness. It took me like 5 or 6 times. I kept dying so many times to Griever, but finally got him. And you know what? You know who defeated the final form of Ultimacia? It was Angelo. Angelo came in. She saved the universe. Yes, 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 yes. The order of learning affects the GF's powers. This concludes the tutorial. Change into your uniform. Okay. Final Fantasy X honestly feels like such a big Final Fantasy to me. I feel like Final Fantasy X is the one that... I wonder how long it takes to go from start to finish of the story. I feel like that's the biggest Final Fantasy story-wise. I mean, even extra-wise, there's so much to do in 10. 10 is awesome. It's just a daunting experience if you're gonna 100% it, you know? Oh, well, I guess I accidentally saved over that, so yeah, we're really not, I guess we're not going back to our previous playthrough at all. All good. I don't think we're going to anyways. All right. And we're heading to do our uniform, I believe. Uniform. We're gonna look all dapper. Oh, did you get the cards? The cards. The 7 cards from upstairs? I did, yeah. Are we starting the triple triad already? Man, look at how fast these people are walking. They got places to be. Dormitory. Rather watch you play ×2 because I still think it's bullshit. Only 3 hours of play ×2. I think it's only play 3 hours of ×2. What's the times, like the faster speed? You can challenge the boy who's running in a circle for a card. He still thinks it's only 3 hours of ×2. Like, do you mean like how fast he's walking? You can challenge the boy who's running in a circle for a card. Okay. I'm gonna try triple triad. We're gonna try the kid running in circle. He said he's running in a circle for a card. Okay. See if we can find him. Oh, yeah, that kid. Okay. Hey, you want to play cards? Yes. Okay. All right. We probably want Aoife, right? He's probably the bad boy. And because, okay. Again, I've only played triple triad like 3 times. So because his number is 2 on the bottom, we probably want to try to put him on the bottom, right? That's like his weakest number. So we really want to try to use the 9 and 8, right? Oh my goodness, this music is awesome though. He's got 5. He has 6 up top. Okay. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. And challenge the boy for a card. Let's see. So we'd probably want... Oh yeah, all of our bottoms are actually pretty poop. Let's see. Y'all are just watching me to make the wrong move. I guess all the bottoms are really bad, so I guess we'll try this. All right. Should I put Ifrit right here? Is that a good one, you think? Ifrit on the bottom? Let's see. Save Ifrit. Don't use him yet. Let's see. Maybe use this one right here. Yeah, we'll put this one right here. See what it does. Yeah. Okay. So 2 on the left. So let's do this one up top. Maybe. Ooh, let's see. So many decisions. Okay. We win. We win. I think that's my first time ever winning triple triad. Oh yeah. All right. Probably Snow Lion, right? That looks like a pretty cool one. Yeah. Wonder what are those things on the... Are those their elements maybe on the top or the top right of the card? I'd suggest saving then challenging him again. Oh, really? Why? What card am I looking for? Not the Snow Lion? Snow Lion looks pretty cool. Does he have different cards each time? Or could I just re-challenge him, though? You'll know when you see it. Okay. Okay, son. We'll take your advice. Let's see. Yeah, I think I just saved, so should be good. Sure. And then we'll just exit out and swap. I just worry about you for getting lost on accident. They're saving the challenge him again. Oh, like save right now? Like not exit and then come back in? Like actually save right now? Because I think I saved like a few minutes ago. So like now save, right? Just worry about Ifrit getting lost on accident. Man, is that what people do? Is they like save their games, challenge opponents, and then if they lose their card, they just reset? Yay, building the card collection. All right. I hope I'm doing this right. All right. And then challenge him again. So he must have something special. Want to play cards? Yes. Okay. Yeah, let's use our new Snow Lion. Let's see. The thing is, if you lose Ifrit, card games can get harder. Because Ifrit's like really good early game, probably. Man, this music just so good. I love it. These ones? Yeah, the early game deck. The early game deck is lacking. All right. Ooh, what is that? Wow, wow. Let's see. Let's see. Sephiroth is the best Final Fantasy boss ever. You think so? I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you on that statement. I think Sephiroth is legendary. Best Final Fantasy boss? It's pretty tough. I imagine a lot of people probably got opinions. 2, okay. Or Sin. Sin's pretty cool too. Oh, draw. Is that good or bad? Or draw's good or bad? Or does that do nothing? Like, do draws entail a reset, or do draws not matter? Yeah, Sin's pretty cool. I'd choose a safer choice. Safer Sephiroth, that is. Sephiroth's awesome. Sephiroth is awesome. I do wish they would have saved a little bit more of him in Remake. But beggars can't be choosers, I suppose, right? Bum, bum, bum. Alright. So we're looking for a specific one. Which one are we looking for? Hey, I got that card. Let's see. Let's put our Snow Lion. No, we want him on the right side. Oh, but the bat screwed us over last time. We'll try the bat. Let's see. I'm pondering my options. Aha! Oh ho! Oh! Okay. There's only one choice. There's only one right choice. Yeah! Yeah! Alright. Probably this one, Deathclaw? Looks pretty cool. This one looks pretty cool too. I think we already got one of those though. Deathclaw looks pretty cool. We'll take Deathclaw. Alright. Deathclaw card acquired. Alright. Do I continue playing him? I'm looking for a specific card, right? And then if the name is blue, you haven't had it before. Tidus and Yuna have the best love duo story and best summons. What y'all think? Dude, 10 has some of my favorite summons in the whole entire series. Yeah, the summons, although Remake, man. Between 10 and Remake, it's hard. The Sailor, you had it at one point. Gotcha. Let's see. You'll know it when you see it, so let's see what card. Definitely getting better cards, though. So weird, I'm playing a Final Fantasy game to play cards. My goodness, people love Triple Triad. We'll go this one. Oh my gosh, is that a Moogle? Is that a Moogle? I don't think I've seen a single Moogle my entire playthrough. Triple Triad is more intuitive than Tetramaster. Let's see. I haven't played Tetramaster. I haven't played Final Fantasy IX in so long, so I don't have a dog in that fight. Probably here? Yeah, probably here. We'll pop him here. Oh! Holy crap, that one has so much health. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh. Like a tie. I'm guessing if Moogle has a 3 on the right, and I put Snowline with a 3 on the left, it won't change him, it won't flip him, right? It'll probably just contain? Let's see. It won't flip. Okay. What should I do? Should I do... I could do Ifrit in the middle, but then he's exposed on the bottom. Or I could do Caterpillar in the middle. What are you thinking? What do you think? What should we do? 9 had some good graphics and amazing magic power. I agree. 9 and 7 are neck and neck for my favorite. I love the way you learn abilities in 9. It's weird if you like really think about it, like you buy clothes and then all of a sudden can use Firaga and Ultima or whatever. But yeah, I like the way you learn abilities in 9. They did have amazing graphics, cool magic power. All right, I think we're gonna go Caterpillar in the middle. I think so. I think so. Okay. Let's do our... Let's see. All right, Ifrit. Uh-oh. Oh, damn. Did I lose? I lost. Oh, and he took Ifrit. All right, so that means restart, right? That means doing this, right? Which Final Fantasy you think should remaster in the future? I hope they do a 16. I really want a new world, new story, new kind of all of that. But I mean, if I had to pick one to remaster, I don't know. I mean, the way 7's going, it's awesome. I love it. I don't know though. If anything, if I could choose anything, I just want Final Fantasy 4, 5, and 6 updated to 1080p graphics and then ported to the PS4. I would love that. But I mean, if I could pick any to like fully redo, I feel like you can't do 10 or above because they're so new and still feel so modern. So it really kind of limits it to 9 and below. I mean, 8 would really be cool in like a full Final Fantasy 7 remake kind of fashion. Yeah, I mean, it would probably be between 6 and 8. 9 would be awesome too. Although I love... Yeah, if we're talking remaster, I mean, they can remaster all of them and just remaster. I don't know. Just update them in 1080p graphics, upscale them, and I'll be happy with that. But if we're talking a remake, I don't know. I kind of like the PS1 fantasy aesthetic of 9. I kind of like it quite a bit. So I would probably go for 6 or 8. What about you? What do you think? You think 9? What about you, son? Any Final Fantasy that you just love to see a full Final Fantasy 7 remake-esque remake of? Let's see. I never played 1 through 6. Where can I play the old Final Fantasy? Yeah. It's hard to play some of the older ones, especially like 5. 5 I feel like is very difficult to find. Yeah, I mean, you can play them. I have 6 on my like Super Nintendo Classic that I got, the little mini one. I don't have 4 or 5 though, and I really want to figure out how to get them. I think Steam has them though, right? I have never bought anything or used Steam at all, so my knowledge is quite limited in that fashion. But I know some people, I think, have said you can get like 4 and 5 on Steam. Let's do... Bum, 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 bum. I don't know. Yeah, I saw that happening. No surprise there. And he's gonna get me on the right. Ooh. You go, dude. 5. Let's see. 5 on the list. Probably should have put Ifrit down there. Let's see. 3. Yeah, let's do Caterpillar down here. All right. Ooh. Weak sauce. I got you. Yo, mine. Are we drawn? We're drawn. You can get the handheld versions. They hit a good stride. Oh, come back here, kid running. Want to play cards? Sure, yeah. If you can get the handheld versions, they hit a good stride with the Game Boy Advance, PSP, and DS versions. Otherwise, if you have to play it or are short on cash and want to purchase them, the Steam is the most accessible. All right, let's see. Ooh, it has to be that Moogle. That must be the one that you were saying. All right, let's see. 3. Man, Ifrit, why do I have nothing on the left side that's more than a 3? Ooh, and he's got a Cactar. Smart move. These are some smart AI players. You know what? We're just gonna pop him down there. Bum. Yeah, here we go. There we go. That's a good one. Oh! I got you. Ooh. Oh, damn. Yes, barely. Ooh, I was feeling that one. 1 and 2 are released on NES and Super Nintendo. PS1 Wonder Swan. Wonder Swan? Is that a console? I've never heard of the Wonder Swan. Game Boy Advance, PSP, and I think DS. Also mobile. Oh, we gotta take Minimog, right? We gotta take Minimog. Oh my goodness. I think this is literally the first time. Is this the first time I've seen a Moogle in the entire game? Moogles were not... Didn't seem like they were a super big thing in Final Fantasy VIII. It's that high sci-fi, not as much fantasy setting, you know? I like that you knew. Oh, right when I saw, I'm like, is that a Moogle? Is that a Moogle? Let's see. Okay. All right. All right. I'm in the triple triad mood. Do we challenge the kid again and again, or is there other people to challenge? You got me feeling triple triad-y. Cafeteria. Someone was saying my last playthrough there was someone here that had a card in the cafeteria, right? Let's see. We're just gonna challenge them all. Moogles are attached to the original Pocket Station. Perhaps they never made it to the West. You can summon Moogles in this game by way of Angelo. Y'all ever played Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3? Never heard anyone talk about them. I've never played 1, 2, or 3. I've heard one's fun to play as like just you're not ready for it yet, but he's on the right, the one in the back. Okay, so don't challenge right now. He'll whoop me. Whoop my butt. Let's see. Yeah, I've heard a lot. I think I want to play Final Fantasy 1 one day just to see it in its most rudimentary, you know, basic form. I've not heard... You can challenge him, but the card he has won't get one. You underestimate my powers. But I've heard a lot of... I don't think I'll ever play 2. I might watch somebody play 2, but like I don't think I have any interest in playing 2 because of the way the battle system is. But 3, I definitely think I'll play 3 one day. 3 is kind of like a really good... I don't know. It's like Final Fantasy before story elements became a super necessity part in it. Also in terms of 3. Let's see. Library. Oh yeah, the draw point. What's here? Asuna. That is extremely helpful. I will say I've never played 4. I have played 5, but it was like when I was like 8, and I don't remember anything. Except there was a pirate woman with purple hair, and the job system was amazing. I remember I loved the job system. But aside from that, yeah, my earliest Final Fantasy is probably 6. Today's Siege should have more brains than brawn. Man, I would love going to school with that kind of water fountain. That'd be beautiful. For 3 in English, the remake first came to the DS but lacks the DS network. So you'd have to do the short range ad hoc. They ported that to the PSP, gave it fast forward, but suffers from load times. They ported that version to mobile. Ooh. Oh, we still gotta change our outfit. That's the whole thing we're doing. We gotta change into our Seed outfit. Let's see. Very interesting, though. Man, what is it about translation? Like, when you're translating such a popular video game franchise, I don't know. Part of me wants to say you'd think they'd put more time and energy and effort into making the translation as perfect as possible, but I know life just doesn't work that way sometimes for many reasons. Probably have a time limit. Oh, man. So that's the, I think this is the only time you see him in this uniform in the whole game, right? What is this? Is this like, this isn't a Seed outfit. This is a Seed exam outfit? Very interesting. I wish it was still Squaresoft. You know, I was kind of wondering that a little bit in Remake. Like, I don't know. I don't know how much to talk about Remake because I don't want to spoil anything, but spoiler warning for anyone that hasn't played Remake. There is a part with Genova at the... Like, you know when Genova escapes in the original and there's blood everywhere? And it's not blood now in Remake. It's like purple alien goo. Which, yeah, like, I feel like Squaresoft maybe would have... how do I say it? Maybe they would have actually done blood all over the floor and stuff and made it a little bit more graphic. But Square Enix, the Square Enix of today, I don't think they have it in them. They got to get that T rating. They got to make it family appropriate. They do swear a lot in Remake, though. And I love how much swearing they have in Remake. It just makes it so real. I watch a good amount of speedrunners, and one is the most popular of the 3. Casually, people don't like to because it still has hang-ups from the 80s. It's almost like a Western RPG of that time. 3 is doable, but people don't like being railroaded. Being railroaded. What's railroaded? And the final dungeon has a huge jump in difficulty. Really? Man. I was feeling that when I was fighting Ultimecia. I'm like, oh, I don't want to skip over dialogue. Yeah, when I was fighting Ultimecia, I'm like, holy crap, this is all of a sudden very difficult. Zell Dinched. Quite a lively fellow. Lively? He's just loud. Can't I switch members? You know, I was in Final Fantasy's Discord yesterday, and it's interesting because they classify Final Fantasy 1 through 9 as classic Final Fantasy, and then they have 10 through the newest ones on the modern Final Fantasy. So Square Enix themselves in their Discord literally separated out in the tabs classic Final Fantasy from modern Final Fantasy. So they seem to consider Final Fantasy X forward as modern Final Fantasy, even though modern Final Fantasy is still a 20-year-old game. Maybe it's because of the voice acting. It could be the voice acting in the 3D environments. Railroaded, forced into a certain playstyle in this instance. Bit of a subjective term, but 3 has to explore different jobs through different job... Oh, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Probably have to have a certain ability on a certain job, and if you don't have that ability, you gotta grind for it. Lively? He's just loud. Can't I switch members? I'm afraid that's not possible. Over here, Zell. Yes! Yes! Man, even aside from Zell, just like look at the backdrop and everything. All right, Vega. I mean, you were asking which one. Seeing a whole 3D world of Final Fantasy VIII could be so cool. It already feels like that. Like the environment just, it all looks so great. I mean, all they got to do is just let you pan the 3D camera around. And I guess actually make the world 3D. Not so much grind as much as you're forced to play that job. That'd be frustrating. Whoa, I'm with you? You're not having it. More tutorials! More tutorials. See, and if this was remade, I could skip over this part. Let's see. Final Fantasy 1, I'm going to watch on YouTube. You are a Final Fantasy expert. Sun and Showers is a Final Fantasy expert. Some great knowledge there. Oh, and I'm skipping through all this. Oh my goodness. I really want to pay attention to the dialogue. Let's see. Some portions force you to be Minnie. Some force you to be a frog. Ooh. I don't like being frogs. Unless they have Buster Swords on their back. Ahem. Excuse me, but that Cypher you're talking about. He's your squad leader. Say what? Can't be changed. Cypher, are you here? See, Zell gets a cool cinematic opening. It'd be cool if Cypher could. How cool would it have been if Cypher got this really cool cinematic walk-up shot, like how Zell did? Missed opportunity. Fujin and Raijin tagging along as usual. Guess that makes up the whole disciplinary committee. And when they're not enforcing the disciplinary committee, they are fishing. They are big fish fans. I'm just older. You're the squad leader. Good luck to you. Interesting that they put... Hasn't Cypher done the seed exam multiple times, though? Someone comments, like, is this going to be the time you actually pass or something? So I wonder why they would put Cypher in charge. I think they'd pick Squall. Instructor. I hate it when people wish me luck. Save those words for a bad student that needs them, eh? Okay, then. Good luck, Cypher. I legitimately... Yeah. Quist has thrown shade. Add Instructor Trep to the list. The list? What is it? Well then. You're all assigned to Squad B. I'll be the instructor in charge. So she's the instructor in charge of Squad B. This is a seed exam that they have to pass in order to become seed members. So if Cypher, Squall, and Zell were to die, would it be Quistis that goes in herself to kind of save the day? I wonder, because I think Sid mentions that here in a second. Teamwork is of the utmost importance. Let's get through this exam, everyone. Listen up. Teamwork means staying out of my way. It's a Squad B rule, and don't you forget it. It's interesting. Having beaten the game now, like I know exactly where they all end up, and it's interesting to see where they start. I love doing that with games and movies, like getting really invested in something, it ends, and then like going back to the very beginning. You see where they end, and you see where they start, and you just get so much more like perspective of the characters. What do you got, son? But yeah, if you keep an open mind, one is almost like a translation of Dungeons and Dragons to video games for the first time. Interesting. You don't get named characters, but you get to have 4 people of 6 different classes. You can do multiples on a streamlined D&D session. That'd be cool. There are a lot more obvious D&D references in it. That'd be pretty cool. I'll probably have to watch someone play that. As a weird little Easter egg, one has a grave plot that mentions that Link? Like that Link? Link lies there? So what's the story about in one? Probably collect the crystals, stop the bad guy, save the world. That would be my best guess. That's super classic Final Fantasy 1 story right there. Is everyone here? Oh, Sid. He's not even the one in charge. He's not even the one in charge. It's been a while, everyone. How's everyone doing? This exam will involve 12 members from squads A through D. You'll be proceeding to a real battlefield. Obviously, the battles are for real. Life and death, victory and defeat, honor and disgrace. Each of these go hand in hand. There's only one way or the other. How about it? Are you still up for it? Become my brainwashed private mercenaries for money. You will be accompanied by 9 seed members. Should you fail... Okay, this part. You will be accompanied by 9 seed members. Should you fail, these members shall get the job done. They always do. So is this alluding that Quistis is going to step in and take them all on if, like, Squall and Zell and them were to die? They always do. Well, that's one less worry on your mind. The pride of Balam Garden. The elite mercenary force, Seed. Learn from them, obey their commands, and accomplish the mission. Prove yourself worthy of becoming a member of Seed. But, like, I know what Seed is, so it's not that... I know what Seed is. It's not... Yeah. Best of luck. And they're out. My goodness, Raisin is just ripped. Alright. It's fairly basic, but your first quest is about rescuing the local kingdom's princess. Oh, video games of the 80s. After that, you travel around the world collecting the 4 crystals to defeat the ultimate evil. But it does have an interesting twist ending relative for the time. How long did it take you to beat it, and which Final Fantasy was the hardest you played? I'm curious if you say 2. I'm curious if you think 2 is the hardest. But yeah, definitely have you played all of them, son? And if so, like, which ones do you think are, like, the most difficult? Look at how terrible this is. Like, if I'm replaying Final Fantasy VIII, I am going to call out some of the bad things, and, like, this character model of Sid, when he was just in perfect 1080p remade glory, and he still talks. And he still talks. You've yet to have a gunblade specialist in Seed. That is why I'm hoping you and Cypher will join us in Seed. Let's get a move on. Oh, Sid. Oh, Sid. I want to say less than a week. It shouldn't take more than 20 hours. Ooh, that's a good little playthrough. I'd have to say 2 might be the hardest to adjust to within the franchise. Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, what are some of the more modern Final Fantasies that are hard? I feel like none of them are too extremely difficult. It definitely has one of the worst beginning games if you go in blind, though. Oh, man. You know, and that's scary. It's kind of scary. Not scary. I don't know if that's the word, but, like, people who play Final Fantasy for the first time, imagine if they were to play Final Fantasy 2 with its gameplay system. It just takes experiencing game the first time and for it to be really bad for you to have, like, a negative taste of the entire franchise. Although I will say it's probably very rare that someone's first Final Fantasy nowadays is Final Fantasy 2. But I've heard a lot of people say they'll try, like, Final Fantasy 13 and love it, and then try, like, Final Fantasy 10 and hate it because it's so different. But I think that's the coolest thing about the franchise is every game they gotta try something different, and it might work and it might not, but when it works really well. A+ for creativity. I love it. Yo, Squall, show me your gunblade, will ya? Come on, man. Just a peek. Fine. Yeah. Why are you being so selfish, Scrooge? Say something, will ya? What's on your mind? Nothing. Poor guy. Poor guy. See, but then at the same time, why does Zell feel the need to just start standing up and swat flies? Stop that. It's annoying. Chicken wuss. What? Did you call me? Knock it off. I just imagine, what, 7-year-old Cypher and 7-year-old Zell calling them chicken wusses. Oh man. Let's see. It definitely has to be one of the worst beginning games. Yeah, if you go in blind, it also doesn't help the 80s and early 90s had games that were designed to be quarter eaters. Oh, yeah. So what may seem hard in the series was fairly decent at the time of its release. Yeah, some of those games in the early or just like in the 80s in general, are so unforgiving. Like, you make one mistake, you start back over at the beginning. It's kind of where like the Souls franchise found its inspiration. But there is something phenomenally rewarding. Like, I'll say, okay, 2 seconds. I'll say Ultimacia was probably the most difficult boss battle of the series I faced, and maybe it was just how I went in, like, not being level 99 or whatever, but I can't remember what, let's see. I can't remember where I was going with that. I just had a brain poop out moment. Alright. Ultimacia was difficult, but it was a good boss battle. Oh, yes, yes. But because of it, it made, like, actually winning it, if you guys saw yesterday, I was ecstatic. I was, like, gonna throw my controller in the air. It was an awesome way to end. And it's because of the difficulty, it makes it rewarding, you know? If someone hated 10, shake my hand. I don't know what to say unless they don't like the fighting style versus 7 Remake and 15. Yeah, someone was saying they played, the first one was 13, and then they went back and played 10 because everyone was recommending 10, and they didn't like it because it was so slow. So, but it's all good. I know some people, 10 is their favorite, 6 is their favorite, 7's their favorite, 8's, I mean, we all got different tastes, and that's awesome. I love that about us. Who was that girl in the infirmary this morning? Was someone there? I didn't notice anybody. Is there a problem? No, not really. This is great. I have Chicken Wuss and the guy who just reached puberty in my squad. Cypher, 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 man. Oh yeah. That was rewarding. Alright, 10 is a good recommendation for an introductory game for this series. I do agree. Its graphics haven't aged poorly, it's turn-based, and it's got a linear progression without the fatigue. I do agree. I think 10 is a phenomenal choice for a first Final Fantasy. I think 10 is a phenomenal choice because it really is. Like, if you want more action, you go more forward in the series and maybe do 12 or 13 after. If you want to keep the turn-based style and keep the fantasy elements, then you go backwards. So 10 is a phenomenal place to start. I think that should be everyone's, or like anybody who's like, what's my first Final Fantasy to play? I think 10's a really good recommendation for 95% of people. Unless they really love 2D games. Then maybe 6. So that's the vessel? Ain't no turning back now. Huh? You scared too? Hey, you guys are the last. Hurry up and get in. Don't disappoint me now. Come on, move it. Did Cypher even ever apologize for slicing Squall's face in half? What a jerk. What a jerk. Hurry, Squall. Alright. I'm looking on YouTube and I'd say Final Fantasy 1 through 4 have the hardest bosses. Yeah, I've heard 4 is extremely easy. Yeah, I've heard you can pretty much go and pretty much hold the X button down the whole time and beat 4. Hi, Quistis. But I also heard 4 was like the first one in the series that really gave some emphasis on the story elements and the characters. Well, these are the members of Squad B. Nice to meet ya. Pleased to meet you. And then Cypher. Sup? Cypher, how many times has it been now? Oh, I just love these exams. So he's obviously been here more than once. So why can he not pass the seed exam? Because he's a hothead? I'll explain the current situation in the mission. I'd say 9 is a good recommendation if you want a good representation of the series as a whole. It was designed to be a throwback to the older games, with 7 and 8 being set in the modern aesthetic, but still has its own identity. Yeah, 9 is great. 9 is like the last fantasy, Final Fantasy. I mean, they're all fantasy based, but like it's like the last with the Moogle emphasis and the chocobos, and I don't know. Yeah, that design aesthetic. Maybe that's like the best way of phrasing it. Yeah, like if you like 9, you'll probably like 3 and 4 and 5. Be seated. Our client for this mission is the Dolet Dukedom. That's hard to say. Is it Dole or Dolet? I think it's Dolet. Dolet Dukedom Parliament. A request for seed was made 18 hours ago. Let's see. Dolet has been under attack by the Galbadian army since about 72 hours ago. 49 hours into the battle, Dolet abandoned their position in the inner city. Currently, they have retreated into the nearby mountains and are reorganizing their troops. Interesting. When it first came out, 4 was made easier for Western releases. That's where bosses got interesting, though, relatively speaking. Gimmicky boss in the SNES era. That's the current status. Now on to the mission objective. According to our reports, the G Army is mopping up the Dalit troops in the mountain region. We're to make a landing at Lapin Beach. We're to eliminate the remaining G Army within the city and liberate it ASAP. Afterwards, Seed members will intercept any G Army forces trying to make their way into the city from the mountain region. Fair enough, fair enough. So what are we supposed to do? Seed candidates are to eliminate the G Army inside the city. Sounds important. Sounds boring. Cypher being Cypher. So what you're saying is we do all the little dirty work. Oh, it hardly needs to be said, but the order to withdraw takes priority. Do not forget. We're almost there. We anticipate a battle as soon as we disembark. Just be prepared. That is all. Any questions? Dr. Quistis. Alright. Let's see. There were gimmicky bosses in 3, but as mentioned earlier, there was some railroading going on to alleviate those issues. I've started Final Fantasy. Yo, what's going on, Corey? Good to see you again, buddy. You started Final Fantasy 9? I'm excited. Is this your first playthrough of 9? I'm excited for you. Final Fantasy 9 is awesome. I'm really excited to play Final Fantasy 9 in like a week and a half or so. First time playing it, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it, man. It's so much fun. Aside from the battles taking like half an hour to start each time, the intro for Final Fantasy 9 battles is intense. It was free with Xbox Game Pass. Ooh, nice. That's worth it right there, I'd say. Let's see. Talk to Quistis. What is it, Squall? Explain that again. Oh, I don't want to explain that again. Don't explain that again. Okay, talk to Cypher. Listen up. Our goal for this mission is to mop up all the Galbadian soldiers still left in Dalit. All you boys have to do is take orders from me, the captain. What about you, Zell? My first real battle. I'm getting pretty nervous. Better not piss in your pants. Ha! You talking to me? Bastard. Okay, enough talk. We'll be landing pretty soon. Get ready. Roger. Alright. Yeah. Well then, Squall. Go see what's going on outside. Okay. Good, because it's my order. My goodness. Is it over this way? Yeah. I just see the ship. Oh, the ship blow up? Yeah, so you're right in the beginning. It's awesome. 9 is a great one. Great characters. Great moments. Such a good game. Not even Final Fantasy game, just such a good game in general. Although, I must say, I think the graphics, the cutscenes in 8 might be the best of all 3 of the PlayStation games. 7, 8, and 9. Like, these look incredible. And yes, I know they're upscaled in 1080p for the PS4, but still. Like, this is a PS1 game. Ooh, this is my jam. This is my music right here. And then this part, how the ship docks and then the scene just transitions in game. Super cool. Super, super cool. Okay, you are to secure the central square. Be sure to equip your GF before you head into battle. Let's move out. The one time of the game we get to control Cypher. I think 9. You think 9 what? Let's see. Cypher. It is such a clean transition. I absolutely agree. Let's see. Ifrit on Mr. Zell. Oh, Quistis has Quizzicatle. Yeah, it's also like that too in the fireworks scene in Final Fantasy IX. You just see like the cinematics with all the chocobos come running through and they run right past the gondola. I love that. Like, I know that's not incredibly impressive by today's standards, but like back then, stuff like that was a massive deal. Oh, save here. Let's see. And I also challenge. Yes, I think I'm gonna try to defeat that. Do 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 do. Man, I might have to. What is a good party though? A good party in 9. Let's see. Oh, there's Selphie right there. So like, where are all the enemies? Let's see. I mean, is that what you're asking, Corey? Like, what's a good party in 9? I usually just use, for the most part, like whoever I got. Because like for the first good chunk of the game, you're pretty much just going to use whoever you can in your party. Alright, let's try to maybe not steal, but draw. And try to draw some magic from them. Ifrit is one of the most popular summons in the Final Fantasy franchise. Ifrit is my man. I love Ifrit. And I love Ifrit's animation in this game. Like, it might be my favorite. It's hard to say favorite now because of Remake. Remake just totally threw a wrench in everything. But, yeah, it's just so good. Yeah, we got pretty much all of this, so... Yeah, pretty much, maybe we could get a little bit for Cypher, but for the most part... Let's see. Same with, like, Bahamut, Shiva. I must say, I'm disappointed there was no, I must say, I'm disappointed there's no Rama in Final Fantasy VIII. It's Quizzicatle instead. Which, I mean, is cool, but, like... It's not Rama. Carbuncle's really cute too in 8. The design for Carbuncle's really good. Leviathan was really cool. I'm not super crazy about Leviathan's waterfall mechanism. But yeah, overall the animations in 8 are just phenomenal. One day that is going to be one day that is going to be a remember of all of them. There's no Ifrit in 13. Is there no Ifrit in 13? Alright, we're saving here, right? And we're gonna try to defeat this machine mech thing. Oh, I think I already saved here. It's all good. Yeah, I'm upset at myself that I didn't get Bahamut. I didn't get Bahamut in my last playthrough either. I really wanted Bahamut. But we'll get him. We'll get him this one. It's gonna be awesome. Remake. All right. Let's see. Or what were you saying, Corey? Let's see. One day they're going to be a remake of all of them. Oh, like a remake of all of them. Gotcha, gotcha. I don't know. Like, with the amount of resources they're dedicating for Final Fantasy VII Remake, I could not imagine them putting that into another one as well. At least until 7 is done. The central square is up ahead. Hey, all you Galbadian cowards out there. Come out and show your faces. Don't leave me hanging now. What an idiot. Yeah, because they have to focus on 16 and 7 Remake. Like, those are their two main staple things they got to put money into. So to remake something like 8 or 6 or another one, yeah, they'd essentially be creating like a whole brand new IP. Lightning was the one in 13, right? Yeah, Lightning was the one in 13. All right, I want you guys to scout the area for enemies. Oh, I found a cute puppy. All right, that was easy. 2 swipes, they're gone. I think that's all of them. Well then, we're on standby till the enemy comes. Standby. How boring. Look at the puppy, he's so cute. Sounds like it's starting. Bring it on. Get out of here, scram. Hey, Galbadian soldiers, what are you waiting for? Come show me what you got. Let's see, poor Lightning, they never met Ifrit. Nothing. Yeah, I honestly, like, I hope all of the future Final Fantasy games incorporate summons the way Remake did. Like how you summon them out on the field, they guest party fight alongside you for a couple minutes, and then they finish off with like their powerful Hellfire or Diamond's Dust or whatever. Because it was so awesome to see. It was super awesome to see. Look at the puppy's eyes. He's all blinking. Oh my goodness. The hell? Man, now this is what I call boring. This ain't right, man. Still keeping us waiting? That's it. I can't take it anymore. What is this? Some kind of dog training? Oh boy. They should have took their time in 15. I kind of think they rushed the story mode and gameplay, but I give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I definitely feel like I never beat 15. I did like 60 hours in it. I spent a lot of time doing the hunts, and the hunts were pretty fun. But yeah, I mean, I even feel that way with Remake. Like, I really wish they would have held on to it maybe like another 6 months. Just kind of touched up some things on it. I mean, I'm super happy to have it and play it, but yeah, like, maybe just spend a little bit more time on it, polishing it up. It's the enemy. Where the hell are they going? Moon is so big in this game. Hey, what is that up there? Our next destination. But that's against orders. Were you just saying how bored you were? Squall. I stand by the captain's decisions. Captain's decision? You want to wreak some havoc too, don't you? It's a good opportunity to test out my training. Thanks to you, I feel like I can take on anyone, even if they do fight dirty like you. You'll thank me when the time comes. What the hell? I thought you guys didn't get along. You're all, like, buddy-buddy now. Listen, this ain't no ordinary battle. It's an exam, an important one. I'm telling you, we have to stick to orders. Then you stay out of here. Then you stay here. I don't need any Boy Scouts. What was that? Don't take him seriously, Zal. Cypher, if we're gonna go, let's hurry. The enemy is headed for the facility. We, Squad B, are to secure the summit. Move out! Alright. Fine. one of the devs, Tabata, pretty much quit from stress, which is part of the reasons why they never finished 15. It was really such a huge project. That is such a jumping right in. Yo, what's going on, Vocal? Awesome to see you, buddy. Yeah, that's a big thing in the video game industry that needs to be fixed. Like, I understand hitting a deadline. I understand this is when the game's got to be finished and we're mastering it and sending it out, but like the crunch time aspect, as we're seeing, you know, what's going on with like The Last of Us Part 2, like they really need to figure out the crunch system and get rid of it. And I mean, that's gonna be us accepting that games take longer to come out, but crunch is just, it's bad for everyone. You know, we get a rushed game, they rush the game, it doesn't feel fun anymore. There's just, we gotta get rid of the crunch aspect of video game culture. Ooh, Firecross. Don't kill him. I want to. Oh. Let's see. Did you finish it? Is that for why you didn't finish? Did you finish it? Is that for why you didn't? I thought they were working on 15 for years. How come it was so stressful? Did I finish what? Oh, Final Fantasy 15. It didn't draw me to want to finish it. Like, there was nothing that was like pulling me to finish it. I don't know. I just turned it on one day and I'm like, I don't really want to play this anymore. Like, nothing really grabbed me about it. But I do want to try it again. And I think it's also too because I spent Watch Dogs 3 has got a deal. I think a big thing for 15, honestly, for me, was the fact that I spent like 15 hours maybe doing the story and then another like 40 hours doing quests and stuff. So by the time it came back to like come back to the story, I was kind of lost on the story aspects. I was like, I didn't fully understand or remember everything that was going on. So yeah, it was just, I don't know. I think if I didn't do as much of the side mission stuff and just went straight for the story, maybe I would have finished it a little bit more. 15 is pretty much a recycled project that borrowed heavily from their time developing 13 Versus. Yeah, 15 is trash. I mean, I wouldn't call it trash, honestly. I loved the open world. The open world was incredibly beautiful, and I would love that open world with part 2 of Remake, but it just felt like there was nothing to do in the open world, aside from ride chocobos nonstop. As a child, I used to play at this communication tower. It was already closed down then, and I was careless. Oh, I remember what's coming up. Snake Time. I wouldn't say trash, but wasn't the best. Story was okay and sad. Yeah, I don't know. When you say it's pretty much recycled project that borrowed heavily, like it's hard to not see that, I'll say. But I have the day one, like the very first day one edition of Final Fantasy 15. I pre-ordered it, got a date, came out. But people were telling me that the Royale edition has like additional stuff in it that makes the story better. Any of you can confirm that? Like, is it worth buying the Royal edition? What do you get with it? What's better about it compared to just the day one, you know, I don't know, day one edition of it? Like 10 years or so, it was Versus 13, and they basically didn't accomplish anything major. They certainly didn't have a playable project. So they tore down what little there was, reused a handful of ideas, and had to rush to make an actual game. The development hell of 15 was horrid. Oh, man. Ray Chase nailed it. The whole scenes he was in. Story side, the voice acting was top-notch. Okay. My ATV started glowing. Ah, who are you? Don't worry, we're seed candidates. We've been dispatched by Garden. So what's going on up there? Galbadian soldiers have entered the communication tower. On top of that place has always been a nesting ground for monsters. You guys are going up. Be careful. Ah, help! Help! Snake food. Yeah. Finishing blow determines the EXP. Save it for me. I like when they add little story bit elements like that. Like they tell you how you get that additional chunk of XP. But Cypher does it in his attitude-y way. Same with how they did the tutorials in 7. I loved how they did the tutorials in 7 with, like, snot-nosed Cloud telling everyone how to use materia and all that stuff. Ooh, yeah, I want to try Fire Cross. No mercy. Yes! This is what he uses on me later on. Ooh, good attack, Cypher. All right. Don't save it for him. He's a bully. Venom Fang. Monsters, huh? That sucks. More fun for us. Come on. Fun? Please. Ooh. I think the elite one. Does he have anything? Nope. Yeah, we literally got all these items, so. Yeah, I think during this one we're gonna try to imagine a world where Cypher was the main character. I don't think that would be too bad. I'd be into that. I like Cypher a lot. I think he's a pretty cool character. He's I don't like bullies, but I like how he is a bully, kind of, and kind of seeing where his character goes. I find it very interesting. The generator is up and running. Like, kind of seeing him at the beginning versus seeing him at the end. It's pretty cool. That and all the characters. The generator is up and running. No problem with the boosters. What the hell are they doing? Cable disconnection confirmed. Beginning exchange process. Roger. Repairs? Who cares? This must be your first real battle. You scared? I don't know. Try not to think about it. I love battles. I fear nothing. The way I look at it, as long as you make it out of a battle alive, you're one step closer to fulfilling your dream. What? Your dream? You have one too, don't you? Sorry, but I'm gonna pass on that subject. Yo, let me in on it too. Mind your own business. Frickin' hell. What's the matter, Zell? Swatting flies. Damn you. Man, he only picks on Zell like that because he knows Zell is gonna react. That's how bullies work. That's how bullies work. They're only gonna pick on you if you react. Like, if he's just keeps his cool and doesn't say anything, Cypher probably would leave him alone a little bit more. Oh, and Selfie. Holy crap, she is so petite. She is teeny tiny. I love her, like, curled hair. Did she just do like a winky face tongue stick out? Let's see. Cypher, Rajin, and Fujin with their fourth member, Adia. Pretty much. Adia joined them. They didn't join Adia. Squaltita's Cloud Sir Orin would kick ass today. Dude, Sir Orin. Sir Orin for the win. I think it was Maria was saying in yesterday's stream that she didn't like Orin. I'm like, Orin is one of the coolest characters in Final Fantasy. But to each their own. You know, I love hearing disagreements, respectfully, of course. Because I love hearing why some people really relate to some characters more so than others. Like, some people love and hate these characters. What's your issue with Orin? I'm curious. I don't have an issue with Orin. I love Orin. Oh, what's her issue with Orin? Oh, I can't specifically remember why. She said she didn't like something about. She called him a. That was it. That was it. A try hard. But it's okay. It's okay. We're all respectful of opinions here. You know, and it's like I love disagreements, and I love when someone tells me like something I love they don't love, as long as there's reason behind it. Like, what's the reason why? Don't just say you don't like something. Like, what's the reason why? I'm curious, you know? And then we can maybe change opinions. You could change my opinion. I could change your opinion. We could have conversation. We could grow. Conversations go a long way. That's fair. Kappa for the win. Hello, Wing Zero Elite. Ooh, that's a cool name. How you doing? Just playing some good Final Fantasy VIII with some friends here. My second playthrough this time. Having a pretty decent day? Wait a minute. You're the guy who showed me around, right? I do find it odd that she asked Squall to show her around Garden, but never introduced herself. You know? No exchanging of names. Oh, can you see my entire message? Of which one? Never finished this one? Ooh, I would definitely recommend it. I just finished it yesterday, and I really like it a lot. I used to realize that censors entire messages. Oh. Gotcha. Let me see if I pull this out. He's been redacted for 10 years, and he's still going at it. Interesting. I wonder why it did that in the chat there. Yeah, I just saw it. But I saw you were close to the beginning. Yeah, I literally just started. I think we're like probably an hour into the story. We're doing our seed exam to level up and become seed members. So yeah, it's I was weary of trying it earlier this month, but going in open-minded, it's honestly one of my favorite Final Fantasies. I really like it a lot. You can't hear it now, but the OST is something special. Wait a minute, you're the guy who showed me around, right? Thanks. I don't get so lost anymore. Oh yeah, I haven't told you my name yet. I'm a messenger. Name's Selfie from Squad A. The squad captain Cypher, right? Where is he? Oh boy. One of these days I'm gonna tell you about my romantic dream. Oh boy. Sigh, this sure is tough. Captain, wait up! What are you waiting for? Come on! We're going for it. Squall, you're not gonna... It's a cliff, man. You're not gonna jump off. That's the plan. Geronimo! Are you serious? Oh, Geronimo! Zell and I think alike. Let's see. Welcome to the second playthrough. Yes, it's a good way to send messages without spoiling stuff. Should you upload to YouTube or if someone checks out your VOD and such. Okay. That awkward moment when you don't realize he means classical romanticism and you're going, oh, okay. Like, you don't need to tell me about your romantic dream, Cypher. It's okay. You can keep that to yourself. But yes, classical romanticism, yes. Well, let's get going. Has everyone equipped a GF? You haven't forgotten, have you? Not at all. And then that was our quick 5 minutes with Cypher. It would have been cool if we could have controlled Cypher a little bit longer, or at like other parts of the game. That would have been pretty cool, I think. All right. I love their artwork too. I will say, I wish there was a way in the configuration menu to change the color, because this is probably the most colorful Final Fantasy aside from 10. Like, there's just beautiful colors brimming everywhere, but the menu system is complete opposite. This is like the most boring menu in any Final Fantasy game ever. This is just boring. There's no artwork of the characters on the main page. It's gray. I mean, the gray's cool. It's like gunmetal gray, but like, this is a boring main page of the menu. All right. I relate to Zell on this mission a lot. He's like, what the hell is everyone doing? Right, because he's the one trying to follow directions. Zell's the good one. Squall's being bad. Cypher's being really bad. So this is the communication tower. Sure is big. Aha! Cowards. Hey! Or not. Captain's getting away. Yeah. I guess thinking about it that way, I probably relate more to Zell as well. Did he go up? Hey! Squad B captain! Ooh, blind. Alright. Let's see. Okay, save here. Then you can make attempts to beat XATM092. Is that Elon Musk's kid's name? Alright, let's see here. We'll save... Oh! Right, save's over here. Second time I've heard that joke today. Oh my goodness. Random battle right here. Okay. It's so close to it too. Yeah, it's a unique name. Props for uniqueness, I'll say. See, I think we can take this lift up. Want to go up? Yeah, Elon Musk is gonna get bullied so hard by the kids named Sasuke and Sephiroth. Wow, this lift's so cool. Don't get too excited, you'll fall off. Like I'm really going to. Oh man, and then the MVPs of the game right here. Major Biggs. Yeah, I mean, like, as cool of a name as it is, I mean, you gotta think about the kid and, like, oh. I can only imagine first day of school. Just got to disc 3 last night. Nice, nice. How are you liking it so far? Is it this has to be your first time playing through, right? Or your first time trying to beat it? Because you said you haven't beaten it before. But, yeah, what are your thoughts on it so far? Disc 3 feels pretty short to me. Like, I feel like Disc 3 was only, yeah, first full playthrough. That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like Disc 3 was pretty short for me. It was like 10 hours. But I also didn't do a lot of the extra side stuff, so I wonder if Sephiroth is a legal name. I think you can name someone Sephiroth. There's been a report of a monster-shaped shadow on top of the tower. Major Biggs, be quiet, I'm busy. This goes like this, and geez, what's with these crappy old tools? And why do I have to make all these repairs? Ah. Okay. Sir, I'll check around while the repairs are being done. Let's see. Put this here and oh my goodness. This goes here and there. It's complete. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. Got it up. Got it rolling. Here we go, here we go. Let's see. Apparently you can name your child Armageddon in the US. Interesting. I mean, it has to be somewhere. If that's it, I'm calling my kid Cloud. I'm sure it's more likely someone will be named Sephiroth as opposed to Quilloth. I think I heard someone name their kid Darth Vader, so I'm sure Sephiroth wouldn't be too out there. Alright, they're communicating something. We gotta stop them. Cliffot, or Cliffot. Dude named this kid Megatron. Yes, I heard that one. Like, it's totally cool to be a nerd and to be a super hardcore fan of something, but don't do that to your kids, man. Don't do that to your kids. What do you think you're doing? Huh? Likewise, mister. What do you think you're doing? Hey, what happened to all the soldiers down below? Wedge, take care of these twerps. What? Wedge? I just seem to be done here, so I'll just be on my... I'm leaving. Move it. Move. Sorry to crash the party. Ah, you crazy? Just shut up. So Cypher's there. Why doesn't he help out in my party? He's taking it easy. Alright. Prepare for the worst. Ooh, Asuna. We're definitely gonna take some Asunas. You always saying my name is Mego. Oh, like Megan. No, it's short for Megatron. Because Cypher is Dick House. True words. Major Biggs. What is the enemy doing here? Wedge, do you got anything? No, let's knock out Wedge. Alright. Alright, let's see. Asuna, and beat down. Let's see, Asuna. Man, so I wonder what equipping Asuna does on your elemental, because doesn't it only give you like a 5% chance of doing something? Like, it doesn't seem like Asuna equipped to your status junction really seems to do too much. Oh, I didn't want to hit him. All right, let's just take care of Wedge so we can draw from Biggs. Oh, what the? Oh, I guess we can't do that. Okay, we're just starting right away. Elvor it, right? What the hell is it? But it's got a siren. Acquired siren. Double magic. Let's see, double. Oh no, it's a discolored El Noil. It's so sickly purple. All right. Oh no! No. Why you killing Selfie? Why you doing that, man? Why you doing that? And I don't have life. Selfie's out. Selfie down. All right, well, I guess it's time to kick its butt. Let's see. I remember this one's actually pretty tough. This one's actually a pretty tough boss battle, I remember. Let's see, maybe we'll cast Ifrit on him. Let's see. Here we go. Bob Hop, you smell like fried calamari. I hope not. I did put deodorant on. How you doing, Bob, though? Do you know how to beat the prison cage? Let's see. You can't grind for ultimate weapons off this purple jackass shaking my head. Do you mean the prison cage in Final Fantasy IX with Garnet in it? Let's see. Poor Selfie. Grind for ultimate weapons. How could you grind for ultimate weapons from the other one? Try to avoid AoE moves that hit Garnet, and sometimes RNG will help. It's such an odd battle where it either goes your favor or it doesn't. Yeah. I remember, I think my first time playing 9, I died a lot on that part. That was tough. That was a tough part of the game. Even this battle right here, like, this is a spike in difficulty. Not a whole bunch, but you can't just turn it on fast and attack. You need to pay attention to this battle, too. Especially since Selfie's gone. Alright. Let's see. El Noil's dropped energy crystals, which is used in a lot of Ultima weapons. Interesting. Yeah, and I think you can, like, exit the scenes back and forth. Oh, my goodness. Did you just kill Ifrit? Dude, why are you doing that to me, man? Yeah, I think you can run back and forth between the screens, right? And El Noil will respawn. I'll make another suggestion. Teach Quizzicatle card mod. Oh boy. So then we can battle people for the cards or do triple triad for the cards and then refine them into magic. I see where you're going, son. I see where you're going. Storm Breath. All right. You only got 2 Asuna, Zell? Let's see. It's somewhat important if you wanted an easier time with this fight. Oh. Yeah, because then all the cards you could just refine into... Oh gosh, I don't even want to know. Magic you could probably refine them into. Probably what, like Blizzaga, Firaga right away. There's a decent spell for early game stats you can grind easily on the beach. Is it the water spell for the fish fins? Because I did get a couple of those. I did get a couple of the fish fins. And I think everyone has 100 waters. You know, I'm just gonna try attacking, because I think I do have water equipped on one of their attacks. 332, that was a good hit. What about you, Squall? 73, nope, not a good hit. Storm Breath again, eh? Man, he's gonna kill Shiva too. The spell is water. Water is easy to grind. Yes, I did get the fish fins and I got 100 of the water spells. Oh, Shiva gonna die on me. Shiva's gonna die. Oh, Shiva did die. Oh, perfect. Zell for the win. Zell for the win. I did draw Siren, right? I think I did draw Siren. Cottage. Ooh, perfect. And dropping a magazine. Yes, okay. You got Siren, okay. Yeah, Cyphers was there the whole time and he didn't help out at all. What a butthead. Squad B captain. Excuse me, I have new orders. All seed members and seed candidates are to withdraw at 1900 hours. Assemble at the shore. Withdraw? There's still enemies around. I know, but I'm just a messenger. An order to withdraw takes priority. I don't want to miss the vessel. What time do you say? Like I said, all seed members and seed candidates are to withdraw at 1900 hours. Assemble at the shore. 1900 hours? We only have 30 minutes. You got 30 minutes to get down to the shore. Better run. Hey, wait for us. Who the hell does he think he is? Why don't you ask him? Let's go. All right. All right. We did get Siren, so let's quickly equip Siren. Maybe we'll give it to Selfie. Selfie, why you dead? Why you KO'd? Let's see. And OG Returner. Yes, 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 yes. What a good leader. Right. Just ditches them. He is not a good leader. He is not a good leader. You know, and it is interesting, I'll say, because at this point in the game, you got to control Cypher, even though it was just for a moment, and you got to control Quistis for a moment. But Quistis still appears in your party list, and Cypher doesn't. So. Oh, I'm like, why does the time say I've been playing for 29 hours? The time in the menu goes down with you. Interesting. I never noticed that. Now go and destroy them. Alright, let's, should save, right? Let's save. Alright. So, what's gonna be the best way? What's gonna be the best way to defeat this machine? Alright, data saved. I don't think we gave Selfie. Siren, yeah. Yeah, cause oh well, Zell has strength though. Junction Thunder. Smart thinking. Let's do that real quick. Some Thunder. Quizzicato, Squall attacking and Selfie using slots with Thundara plus. Okay. So then maybe what we'll do is actually swap GFs real quick. Okay, so Squall has the attack and he has Thunder. Squall attacking Selfie using slots with Thundara. Okay, so Selfie's going to be low on health then, right? We should probably have... Oh, I know time is ticking down, but we should probably have item for some Phoenix Downs for them. Okay. Nope. What am I doing? I don't want to exit the game. Alright, let's see if we can do this. Ooh, there it is. The speed it up helps mitigate the timer going down. Cool. I'll try to use that. Also run after this battle. Okay, so run after the first one and then defeat him on the second one. Ooh, he looks bad. Ooh. What magic do we get? Protects. Ooh, protects could be super handy. Hmm. Damn, okay. Oh man, Shiva's gonna die on me. I might have to heal her up. Ooh. Yep, Shiva dead. Okay, it's all good. Let's see, let's do attacking. Yes, it's interesting that speeding up the game does not speed up the timer. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. All right. Now we want to defeat him, right? All right, now we actually want to defeat him. So let's quickly do some Oh, damn. Okay, it's all good. Okay, let's get going. We got this. I thought we already busted that thing up. Forget it. Let's go. Let's see. That's my suggestion. You can also attempt to run away without encountering it ever again, but that takes practice. Oh, you can like completely run away from it entirely and not have it touch you again. Let's see. Let's do Thunder, Quizzicatle. I think I might just have Squall do some protect magic on us just real quick. Wait, Squall, what'd you do? Squall, you fool. Yeah, but that's also a lot of knowledge beforehand, so death to robot spiders. Death to robot spiders, I like it. Man, I wonder how much health he has, though. Because we're not supposed to, 102. Damn. Because we're not supposed to, like, actually beat him, right? Like, we're supposed to run. We got this. Come on. We got this. Let's see. Okay. Yes. What's up, Corey? The long-lost brother of the guard scorpion. Yes. I love the Polyrath emotes. Yes, you know what this reminds me of is Crab Warden in the remake. I'm getting Crab Warden vibes. Man, Squall's not hitting super hard. Maybe I gotta slow it down right when he goes to hit so I can time it. Its Japanese name is Black Widow. Interesting. 119. Huh? Is it repairing itself? Yeah, it is. I wonder if we defeat him. I'm assuming the timer still continues. Man, Quizzicatle just does so much more damage. You know what I might do? I might just have Squall do thunder magic instead. Well, the boats are still leaving. Right. Let's get out of here. Let's not get out of here. Let's stay. Realize, let's let it fully recover during that time. Let it fully recover during that time? During what part? Forgive my internet ignorance. What does IIRC mean? Or protect wore off, if I recall. Oh, okay. Oh, so we shouldn't attack it while it's doing the recovery thing. We should not attack it. Or protect is wearing off. So should I not attack it right here then, while it's down and recovering? Squall looking at Spider Robot. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. Pretty much. Face my wrath. I wonder how much health it has, though. Yeah, we're definitely doing some damage. So, like, what? 600, 700 with Quizzicoatl. About 150 with Zell and Squall. Yeah, so we're doing like 1,000 kind of each round. There's no end to this. Did Squall say that? Ray Bomb. Attack while its tail's up. Yes. Attack while its tail's up. It'll counter attack. And it will counter. You know, I don't know, but like growing up playing 7, I never got confused by that line. Like reading it, for some reason, like I never thought it was a funny line or a mistranslation or anything. But only now as an adult, seeing like a lot of other people react to it, a lot of people get really confused about that line. Attack while its tail. Like I always took it as like if you attack while its tail's up, it's gonna counter attack. So like don't do that. Good old Lost in Translation. Jeez, not again, as Hell says. Alright, it's just initial reactions. It's poorly spaced out, yeah. Alright. Ooh. Alright, I think we might just heal up. Okay, let's heal up real fast. Use this as an opportunity to heal. Then we'll be back at it. Yeah, I think we got him. We're kind of kicking his butt. He has got nothing on us. Alright, Selfie. Thunder. No more. Man, I could only imagine how tight of a battle this would be without the speed up. I bet it would come pretty close to the 30 minutes. But yeah, let it fully recover, then attack. Okay, so, but why? Like when it goes down? Wouldn't that be the best time to attack? You kill the spider and then suddenly it starts talking, reflect on your childhood, and then the game ends. Yeah, that Ultimisia battle was awesome. Let's see, it takes phases pretty much. Okay. So when it's healing, I should heal, pretty much. But I can fully beat it in this. Like, I don't have to run, right? Like, we can fully beat him right here. Man, he does have a lot of health. What did that say? Auto Crush? Oh, I don't know if I've seen that before. Squall, we might have to heal you up, buddy. Okay, let's do heal to Mr. Squall. Oh, hopefully we survive. Come on, you got this, Squall. Oh no! Squall! Squall's out. Oh no. Damn, okay. Oh, wait, I think Zell has items. I think we can use a Phoenix down. I think we might be good. But Zell should probably heal himself. Let's see. Okay, let's see. So let's do... Ooh, ow. Phoenix down to Squall. Ooh, and I got... Oh, and she doesn't have any... She doesn't have any healing. Okay. That's how we're gonna be. So don't ray bomb me. Then we should be good. Clash. Ooh. Okay, he survived. I'm like, you better survive that, Squall. Don't be dying on me right now. Okay. Let's do... Ooh, wait a minute. We got double. Why have we not been using double thunder? Oh, is that it? Nice! Is that it? Did we do it? Sweet. A Hypno Crown. Ooh. 50 AP? What? Holy crap. And we still have so much time. Wow, okay. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Alright, we want to learn... Was it the card command you were recommending me to learn? I think it was the refine one, right? Like refine cards? Let's see. Card. Oh, actually learn card? Card should unlock card mod. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so maybe we'll do that then. Ooh, life recovery magic. Yes, we definitely want to learn that. Card command. I don't think I used that once my last playthrough, so... I wonder how it works. Alright, alright. Yeah, we're not gonna get randomly attacked by that gigantic spider again. Card's also a great ability. You have a good handful of options on Balam. Oh, like card options? Like people to challenge at Balam? That poor Galbadian just minding his own business. Man, the random encounter rate in this game is just insane. It really feels like this one is a pretty high encounter rate. Same with 9. I think 9 had a pretty high random encounter rate. Well, the speed up function is working magically, so... Alright. I do think it's interesting how you can speed up the game and the timer really isn't affected up there. I wonder if that was a decision they made on purpose. Ooh, silence. It must have been. 9's encounter rate is pretty high, but it's not this bad. Yeah, this one you take like 2 steps, especially on the world map. They did that with the other remasters. Yeah, I remember they did that with 7. Does 9 have the speed up function as well, the remaster of it? I bought 8 and 9 at the exact same time, like 2-3 weeks ago, and I literally have not even like gone into 9 at all yet. I'm waiting. 9's encounter rate is actually pretty decent if you know how to abuse stuff. Every Final Fantasy game, there's some way to abuse it, right? All right. Sweet. Okay. And that's it. Hurry. Oh, but because we defeated it, less than 100 counters the whole game. Really? Wow. Man, because we defeated it, we didn't get the scene with Quistis. That was like the coolest scene in the whole game. Bummer. Bummer, bummer. Cypher. How'd it go? Oh, yes, the cutscene. Bummer. But I mean, 50 AP. How'd it go? Man, all it did was get in my way. Dude, get in your way? Being a leader ain't easy. Safe? I wonder why Fujin and Reijin, I wonder if they had any interest in becoming seed members. 50 AP and an item that increases some stat by 40%. Yeah. Plus, I can always just rewatch the scene on YouTube. Good job. Where's Cypher? And a good exam score. Oh yeah? For defeating it? Just be back at garden by sundown. You're free till then. Okay, dismissed. Hey! Not again, man. There goes Mr. Ego. Might as well walk it. Man, Cypher is like just the classic bully, is he not? Ooh, Pandamona's around here later on in the game. I think Fujin has Pandamona, if I can remember. Oh, right. Yep, and then we got our first weapon shop here, right? Yeah. Very cool, very cool. Alright, let's see here. I love this music. Bum, bum, bum. More things to break the game. You don't need the magazines to upgrade your weapons. Really? You just need the components? You don't need your the magazines at all? And what's the point of the magazines? Maybe to give you guidance of what items to look for? So you could just collect all the items for like an Ultima weapon, not have the magazine at all, and then just get it? I believe we had this discussion already. I think we did. I didn't hear anything if it was confirmed or not. I don't know if I ever tried it. Whoa! Finally made it back. Seriously. Well, I guess we just wait for the test results. So because I defeated the big weapon, you can get Squall's ultimate weapon before switching to disc 2. I think I do remember hearing that. But how? Would it be before we even leave for Timber? Because once we go to Timber, I mean, we can run around Galbadia, the Galbadia area quite a bit, I guess. But yeah, once we get to Dalit, like, that's pretty much it for Disc 1, right? Let's see here. And I guess we're supposed to switch into our seed uniform. I'm just gonna link you a guide. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Mission complete. I think we did a pretty good job. The candidates are back safely, right? Although we didn't realize the Galbadian army was after the abandoned communication tower, we've just received word from the Dolet Dukedom. The Galbadian army... Oh my goodness, I'm like struggling to say these words. The Galbadian army has agreed to withdraw as long as the communication tower is repaired and the uplink remains operational. Well, in any case, Galbadia is out of there. Could have made more money if they'd stayed and caused more ruckus. Hey, you did pretty well. Of course, he's my best student. Alright, I'll definitely check that out here in a minute. I'll actually save that in my Chrome file, my Chrome tab, so I don't miss it. Alright, there we go. Oh, and I still have the Final Fantasy X thing going on in the background. I think the one that Maria linked earlier. Okay. Lionheart on disc 1. My goodness. Okay. I will definitely look at that for sure. That could be fun. Talk about breaking the game even more, right? He's not very social, though. How did it feel out there on the battlefield? Felt good to actually fight. It was a good feeling. That's the spirit, but don't let it get to your head. Results for the exam should be announced soon. Just stick around here. I don't even think it lets you go to the save point right here. Yep, it just skips over the save point. Okay, going to the second floor. Who became a seed member? Bum bum. Let's see. Not there. We're supposed to go change into our uniform or like rest? I'm trying to remember. What is that? Oh, like clapping hands? Let's see. Hey brother, how was it? Ouch, for my chronic back pain. You always say that. Walk further in. Oh, to the upstairs? Alright, let's see here. Interesting that it doesn't let you go back here at all. It looks like there's almost a gate there. Very interesting. Oops, too early. You're right. Yeah, I think maybe we go to the dormitory. The dorms, I'd assume. I love how fast he's walking with the speed up function on. Oh yeah. You hear about the communication tower in Dalit? We would have been heroes if it weren't for that withdrawal order. You are only looking for a fight, my dear instructor. I'm hurt. Those are rather cruel words for an aspiring student. A mediocre instructor like you will never understand. Such an ass. He's such an ass. Cypher was right. Cypher, don't be so stuck on yourself. You'll take all responsibility for leaving the designated area. Isn't it the captain's duty to take the best possible action? Cypher, you'll never be a seed. Calling yourself a captain is a joke. Man. And just like that, Cypher was shut down. If that satellite was taken down, Adia wouldn't spread her message, and Adele wouldn't have had a weaker prison to get Sarah shits. Pretty much. Cypher, you will be disciplined for your irresponsible behavior. You must follow orders exactly during combat. But I'm not entirely without sympathy for you. I don't want you all to become machines. I want you all to be able to think and act for yourselves. I wonder if the garden faculty guy coming over right here is because he interrupts him right here. Does he not want him telling his students to think for themselves? To become their own personality? He wants them to become machines. Foggy memory. Machines. Headmaster, you have some business in your office. There are so many issues at hand here. Seed shall not act beyond the exact wording of a contract. We are not a non-profit organization. This incident will be a hard-learned lesson for the Dalit Dukedom. They'll know to be more generous when hiring seeds. All students who participated in today's field exam report to the second floor hallway. I repeat, all students who took the field exam report to the second floor hallway. Alright. Time to get our new uniform. Let's see. Thump, 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 thump. Fujin was saying that it'd be all your fault if Cypher doesn't become a seed. She can be pretty scary, you know. Rage. It was Cypher's fault and Cypher's fault only. So, said they're gonna call out names one at a time. Alright. We're just waiting. We're just waiting. Rage. Yes, 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 yes. There he is. Okay. Dinchant, Zel Dinchant. Oh, yeah. See ya. Squall. Squall from Squad B. Please step forward. That is all. Dismissed. I think these are the Treppy groupies, right? I think those are the Treppy groupies. Alright. Selfie, Zell, Squall, and the person who pilots the garden when we're flying. These are the 4 students that passed today's exam. First of all, congratulations. However, from now on, as a member of SEED, you will be dispatched all over the world. We are proud to introduce SEED, Balam Garden's mercenary soldiers. SEED soldiers are combat specialists, but that is only one aspect of SEED. When the time comes... Headmaster, it's almost time for the meeting. Please make this short. It's like that garden faculty member really keeps cutting him off. He doesn't want him, giving personalized advice? SEED is a valuable asset to Garden. Its reputation is solely dependent on each one of you. Handle your mission with care. Is that what you wanted to say, sir? Here's your SEED rank report. Alright, you said I'd get a better SEED rating, so we'll see what we get. I'm looking forward to the Garden Festival. Do your best, even if you don't stand out. Try to control your emotions a little. Finally, a gunblade specialist. This ends the SEED inauguration. Dismissed. I love how Zell's like running. Oh, Squall, let me give you this. It's a battle meter. Access the menu and you'll see battle report in the information section of the tutorial. It may come in handy for future battles. Received battle meter. We'll talk privately one day. It is expected you will be using quite a number of GFs along the way. Be sure to ignore all the GF criticism you hear from the other gardens or military forces. I wonder what those criticisms could be. Stands behind a pillar to drive a whole garden. No promises, sir. Pretty much. Alright, is that it? Is that it? Yo, Squall, let's get back to class. What do you mean, why? Don't you remember what new SEED members do? They give a speech in front of the entire class, and after that, the inauguration party. Oh boy. SEED, SEED, SEED. God, Selfie loves singing. After 17 years of suffering, my chance has finally arrived. What, Squall? The thing is, Fujin talks normally when she finally gets sick. Safe for shit. So, like, is the one-word thing just her gimmick or something? Was she afraid she was too boring? Does she even need the eye patch? I bet her hair has dyed, right? So many questions. Because, yeah, she does have full sentence answers towards the end with Cypher. Does she need the eye patch? We'll never know. We will never know. Alright, conduct, judgment, rank SEED 8. Nice. I wonder if the bonus was for defeating the machine. I wonder what's the best one you can get. Let's see. In Japanese, she speaks purely in kanji. That gives it a somewhat exotic feel, like she should be speaking Chinese, which is a rarity, and katakana is used for most loanwords. Interesting. So in the Japanese version, she's speaking kanji? Very interesting. Very interesting. As a SEED member, you will be paid a salary at regular intervals. The salary is determined by SEED rank. SEED rank goes up according to your actions in battle. Some actions will cause your rank to go down. That is really interesting, though. Alright, are we changing? Ha! Found you. Well, what do you think? That's her SEED outfit. My SEED uniform. You should get changed too. We have that party to go to. Alright, access the menu. Select save your game. Her dialogue is in kanji. It works better visually. Speaking wise, it'd be sparse. Kind of like talking in one-word phrases. Yo, Dr. Cheetos. I love the name. Hey, yo, how you doing? What's going on, buddy? About ready to get some pretty cool dance scene in Final Fantasy VIII. I'm still considering it on an in-universe perspective. Very interesting. Kanji, huh? That is super cool. Doing good. How you doing? I'm doing fine myself. We're just playing some good games, having some good dialogue about it. What about you? Playing any fun games? Doing anything fun? Let's see here. Hey, looking good. All right, let's hit that party. Ooh, Selfie's the partier. I am eating. Oh, nice. Nice. What you eating? Something good? Hey, I know that. I know that emote. That's a Tank Top Zach emote. Those are my favorites. I love it. The Balthier one. Beatrix is one of my favorite ones too that he has. I want to assume that eye patch is needed because she threw her chakram wrong one too many times. A part of me wishes we could switch party members' outfit whenever. That would be super cool. Have you seen some people who have like modded Remake and they're playing Remake in the dresses? Oh man. Like someone was playing all of 7 Remake in Cloud's dress. All of me wishes that, right? Had a cookout yesterday, so eating leftovers. That sounds delicious. I hope they're good, man. I hope they're really good. Are you playing any cool games lately? Yo! Sup, Squall? I guess we're both C's now, huh? Put it there, man. He's just not interested. Yeah, that's fair. Not really. Nothing too exciting. Well, if you want to stick around, we're definitely playing some good Final Fantasy VIII. I just beat it yesterday for the first time ever, so this is kind of our second playthrough. Trying to pay a little bit closer attention to some dialogue, doing some triple triad, fun stuff like that. But hope you're having an awesome day though, man. Even as a seed, you're still the same. Well, that's typical of you. See ya. Squall so uninterested, he drinking champagne through his nose. Yeah, I could say. Oh, that's awesome. We're happy to have you, man. All about positivity and spreading good vibes here. Oh, hey, Zell. Want to join the Garden Festival Committee? And sorry, I just remembered something. Gotta go. See ya. Squall time. Squall, hi. Want to join the Garden Festival Committee? You can help out whenever you have time. Please? If this was Cloud right now, you know what he'd say? Not interested. Someone pushed him to get Quista's card and Zell's card early. I'll go for it. I'll go for it. Yeah, I guess so. Sure. You seem to be putting a lot of effort into this. I'm going to leave early. Enjoy the playthrough. Awesome. It was so awesome having you, son. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate you a ton. Hope you have an awesome day out there. You seem to be putting a lot of effort into this. Really? Woohoo! I know we'll be busy with a lot of seed stuff, but let's work hard on the Garden Festival too. Bye-bye. Oh, it's the Renoa part. What is he thinking? You see the ring around her neck, or like the necklace ring? Very interesting. You're the best looking guy here. Aww. Dance with me? Also like the least interested guy here. Let me guess. You only dance with someone you like. Okay then. Oh, I love the emotes. They're cute. Look into my eyes, she says. Power up. He's trying to power up him. You're gonna like me. You're going to like me. Did it work? Got a chuckle out of him. I can't dance. You'll be fine. Come on. I'm looking for someone. I can't be on the dance floor alone. That is very true. Oh, and they're gonna do the waltz. It's waltz time. Little did she know, it did work. Indeed. Oh yeah, look at him go. He's stumbling. I think he's stumbling on purpose though. Like he just kind of wants to get away from her. He's like, nope, screw this, I'm out. She's like, wait. Hope he's getting his moves. I think it's more getting caught off guard. Oh, he looks at her. He's like, I'll show you my moves. Watch this. Oh, yeah. So, can't dance, eh, Squall? Oh, goodness. Fireworks. So I wonder if she's saying, like, stay there and I'll be back, or she's just ditching him. Voice acting or, like, some kind of dialogue during those parts would be really cool. I was wondering that my last playthrough. I wonder if she's saying, like, I'll be right back, or just ditches him. Fireworks. Really are an excellent student. Even that dance was perfect. Thank you. Yes? So you'll dance with someone you don't even know, but you can't stand being around me? Whatever. You're an instructor and I'm your student. It's kind of awkward when you don't say anything. That's true. I was like that myself. Oh, I completely forgot. I wonder what's to become of me. I've come to give you an order. You and I are to go to the secret area. It's where students secretly meet up and talk after curfew. It's inside the training center. What do you want to do there? Are we going to tell everyone they're violating curfew? If that's the case, forget it. Leave that for the disciplinary committee. Go get changed and meet me in front of the training center. That will be my last order. Question? What do you mean, last order? Well, I have a lot on my mind. Get changed and meet at the training center? What's this all about? I think she's gonna introduce us to dinosaurs. Just a hunch, though. Actually, I think I have some, sleep magic. I could probably just junction that on his weapon right now. Let's see. Fire. Oh, we need this one. Who has that one? Is it Ifrit? Is it Ifrit? Who has the junction status ability? Not you. Mental attack? No, we want status. Mental attack. Junction. Status. Yep. Siren. Okay. There we go. Cool, cool. And magic and sleep. We're gonna do sleep. Oh, and we have 100 of it. Perfect. Status. Yes, yes. Have you ever played... I don't know if I asked that. Have you played Final Fantasy yet at all? Dr. Cheetos? I'm guessing you're a fan of Cheetos. Just a wild guess. Nope, never played it. Have you played any of the Final Fantasies before? Blizzard would probably be good. Alright, let's change... Oh, we already did change. Okay. Let's see. I find people tend to paint Squall in a bad light with how he treats Quistis, but, like, consider his perspective. I totally agree already. You have a teacher who kinda obviously has the thing for you, despite the fact you've made it clear you're not interested. And then in the dead of night, she orders you to go to a popular makeout spot. and suddenly drops all her woes on you. Like, how is Squall supposed to react to all that? Never played them, but like watching people play it. Well, we're happy to have you, man. We're happy to have you. It's a pretty good game. I'm liking Final Fantasy VIII. Vocal, I totally 1000% agree with you. Like, the instructor-student vibe, man. So many different ways it could go, good or bad. So, yeah, and he has expressed not having any interest in her, and she's pushy. At least somewhat. He probably, I don't know. I wonder, part of me wonders if Quistis has any recollection. Like, if any of them have any recollection, aside from Irvine, of the like whole orphanage thing, you know? Squall, I was just wondering, have you fought a T-Rex Soar in the training center? I'm not sure if I fought a gigantic Tyrannosaurus Rex. You know, I fight so many monsters. Giant T-Rex, I'd forget. They have their emotions regarding it intact, but not their memory. Maybe Quistis had a little crush on... Little kid Quistis had a crush on Kid Squall growing up, maybe. You can defeat it quite easily by using Status Junction. Oh no, more tutorials. Goodness, can I skip through this part at least? Nope, okay. Yes, I already did this. My goodness, this game really loves its tutorials. You know, I don't know if I've asked before. Let's see. The over-tutorialization of this game is definitely an issue. It's overwhelming. It is a lot. Like, I wish they would have just done all the junction stuff in one go and made it like half as long, you know? Like, they go really in depth. Maybe they just thought it was better to over-tutorialize. I don't even know if that's the word, if that's a word for it, but they probably maybe thought it was better to over-tutorialize than under, because this is a little bit different system compared to some of the other previous Final Fantasies. Big brain moment. What's your big brain moment? Well, use a sleep attack against the T-Rex, or just give you the option to look at the tutorials if you need to make them skippable. Yes, I like that in 7 when Barrett would ask Cloud, like, hey man, how do I use the materia? And you can either help him or you can be like, you can ask Jesse. So you can kind of skip over the tutorials. Whereas this one, it's not an option. Like, you're gonna get a 5-minute tutorial whether you like it or not. Oh, but what I was gonna... Oh, I gotta junction some stuff on Quistis. What I was gonna ask, Vocal, do you ever stream at all? Or you, Dr. Cheeto? Squall's in Cloud's place. How would that play out? He would just say whatever the whole time. Yo, Squall, can you help me figure out this materia? He would just say whatever. He wouldn't have any of it. Let's see. 8 silences. Stream? Nah, I don't have the equipment. Gotcha. What about you, Dr. Cheeto? Do you ever do any streaming? I don't stream. I'm there for my friend Deathhawk. Oh, okay. I think I've seen Deathhawk in Zach's chat, right? All right. Yep. Okay. I'm like, I thought I've seen him. Maybe I'll have to check out his stream sometime. Big thing I'm all about here is just building Final Fantasy community, making new friends, having good chats, helping others, hoping to get some of that help back myself. It's all about good, positive community. That's what I like. I love how she's telling him it's probably better to run. Alright, put him to sleep right away. I'd like to stream. Seems fun for. Yeah, definitely. I guess it just depends on like what specific equipment, but yeah, like the stuff I've kind of gotten for it, it wasn't cheap. It wasn't like incredibly expensive, but yeah, it was definitely cost some money for sure. Alright, I'm gonna run from this. I don't need to fight him right now. I know some people, though, will stream directly from their PlayStation 4, right? Can't you log into Twitch from your PS4 and stream? Could you do that at all? Or do they have the option for doing that with, like, Xbox at all? That's what Boofus does. Just streams directly from the PlayStation. Maybe you can, haven't tried it. Let's see on PS4. Yeah, I swear there's a way you can just log into Twitch on your PS4. It's not any of like the face stuff or the chat or anything like that, but it's still the gameplay, which should be fun. Perhaps I'll give it a shot. You should, man. You should. I will definitely come by, drop some good conversation for you. I haven't been here in a while. And everyone's making out around them, so Squall's probably like, is she gonna try to make a move on me? Not sure what I'll play, mind you. Are you playing any game right now? What time is it? That is like the most awkward 15-second pause ever. What time is it? Almost midnight? It's after midnight. Oh well. I, Quistis Trap, am no longer an instructor as of now. I'm a member of Seed now, just like you. Who knows? Maybe we'll end up working together. Oh, really? Is that all you're gonna say? If that's how it was decided, you have to abide by it. They told me that I failed as an instructor. Basically, that I lacked leadership qualities. I was a seed by the age of 15, got my instructor license at 17. It's only been a year since I got it. I wonder where I went wrong. I did my best. Are you listening? Are you done yet? I don't want to talk about it. What am I supposed to say about other people's problems? I'm not asking you to say anything. I just want you to listen. Then go talk to a wall. Oh my gosh. Aren't there times when you want to share your feelings with someone? Everyone has to take care of themselves. Man, Squall. I don't want to carry anyone's burden. No leadership qualities. Failed instructor. Perhaps they're right. Oof. Right. Man. And it's so funny because so many students are like obsessed with her in this game. They call themselves the Treppy groupies or whatever. And Squall's just not having it. I am, but I'm well past the beginning of all of them. But you don't have to start like right at the beginning. You could just start. I can almost hear Squall screaming in his head, "Let me leave." Yes. You can like hear it through the TV screen. Pretty much. She's not having any of this. Oh my gosh. How many battles has this been and I still haven't equipped stuff on Quistis? I'm a failure of a Final Fantasy player. Okay. We're gonna equip some stuff on Quistis. Especially since I know what's coming up. You know, I guess I could have just used Switch. It's all good. Oh, she doesn't have any magic either. So let's take all of Zell's magic. Yeah, there we go. Much better. And Squall, you still got yours? Cool, cool. All right. Oh, somebody help. Come on, Squall. Well, maybe a New Game Plus run of Remake? Ooh, you should do it. You should do it. Yeah, alone. What is Alone doing here? Why is she here? And I love how she calls them. Oh man, and she like she's Squall's sis. I got so many questions right here. Right. Oh, hi, Alone. Squall, Quisty. Very child-esque name. All right. Just literally gonna pick up the enemies and toss them at you. Because why not? All right. Let's see. Setting up their connection as early as here. Yeah. Well, the very first scene of the game, she walks over to Squall's bedside and says, like, "Oh, hi, Squall," or something like that. The very first scene when he's in the infirmary. Yeah, and then you don't really see much from her after that. Okay, let's see what this is. Ooh, blind could be pretty cool. Shells, yes, we'll take those. I like how he's dressed up, looks like he's in a gang. Just looks like he's in a gang. Who, Squall? I don't know, Are we talking about Squall here, Cheeto? Yeah. But how so? He's just wearing like black pants and a jacket. I like that the white fur on his jacket matches his shirt. It's very black and white with a hint of red. It's pretty clean. Let's see. Man, having the speed up function with drawing. Our gang's known for their fluffy collars. Yeah, that's a nice color too. Are they known for the fluffy collars? Yeah, that jacket looks like it could be pretty cozy. I will still say though, I wish the jacket was like longer down, you know? Like it wasn't mid-cut like that. I feel like that would make it look a little better. Alright, we got a ton of those. I like it. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's 2020. I don't know if I've seen people wearing stuff like that though, you know? Like, have you ever seen someone wearing like a black jacket with like a fluffy collar on it? I don't know if I have. It looks pretty cool though. Yeah, but that's just Nomura design sensibilities. Same with the belts. Squall is literally wearing two belts overlapping each other that do nothing, and then his regular third belt. That is holding his pants up. I have. Oh, you have? Yeah, they look pretty cool. I would totally buy a jacket like that. I just definitely would want it to be like more torso filling, you know? Seems a little mid-cut in the chest area. All right, we got a ton of those, and you got all your sleeps. All right, go Quistis. Let's see, he also has a fourth belt around his waist. Yeah, I see the two that kind of like X overlap, and then the third one that's like holding his pants up. But he has a fourth one as well. They had it in a hot day, very weird, but yeah, I mean, Nomura, he definitely has some, he loves his belts. Yeah, especially if you played Remake at all. You can see it with Rufus's belts. Oh my goodness. Yep. I don't know if I noticed that one. You see it better in Dissidia. Gotcha. Maybe I should check that. Go Quistis single-handedly. Wizard Stone. You're a wizard, Harry. Oh, and then the white seeds. Yes. It is not safe here. Please, let's go. All right. But why was she here? We never get that answered. Do we? And you think she would maybe be more... Hey, Squall, you haven't seen me in 10 years. Who was that? Very interesting. I wonder how Alone got there. I thought she was like trapped on that white seed ship, right? Squall, it's not like everyone can get by on their own, you know. Says who? Frankly, I love the belt aesthetic. People call it over-designed, but I like over-designed characters. Simplicity is overrated. Better more than less, eh? I mean, I'm not at all saying I don't like Squall's design. I think he looks great. I definitely think I'd probably like the jacket just a little bit more if it was a little bit lower down. But like overall, he looks great. All of their uniforms look really cool. Finally, there you are. Where the hell were you? I was looking all over the place. Just making out with my instructor. We're both now members of Seed, right? Well, guess what? We got our own rooms, baby. Your new room's right across the hall from your old one. That's what I was asked to tell you. Man, it took me forever. Not all of Nomura's design hit, but when they do, Your new room's right across from the old one. I can't read any big words you said, so I'm gonna just agree. Oh, Nomura, he's one of the character designers. I think he was the main character designer for a lot of the Final Fantasy games. So, cool. I'll just go to sleep. Oh, and you see the magazine right over there, too. Squall, it's our first Seed mission. Looks like we're going to Timber. Meet by the front gate. Hurry. Ooh, Timber. And we got the April issue of the magazine. Cool, cool. Alright, let's see here. X marks the spot. How's it going since that incident? Huh? What incident? You were fighting, remember? Fighting? We were never fighting, were we? Nope. Ah, whatever. I wasn't really worried anyway. Let's see. Character designer for 6, 7, and 8, as well as I think a few others. You can totally tell Nomura wasn't involved in 9 at all. 9 is not very Nomura-y at all. Let's see. Also designer, director, and lead writer for the Kingdom Hearts games. This man went to sleep in those. Okay, then. He didn't have any fuzzy PJs, I guess. Okay. Okay. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the front gate, get the magical lamp, Diablos thing. And then I think we'll probably call it for today. We've been streaming for 3.5 hours already. My goodness. One more minute, and look who it is. Look who it is. Made it. T-boards are prohibited within Garden. Have you forgotten? Oops, sorry. But this is really cool. It may come in handy on a Seed mission someday. We'll be the judges of that. Confiscate it. Man. They don't seem very fun. I like how he's dressed guy in white and red. Who's Zell? Oh, the faculty guy. Oh, Nanny. All of you are members of Seed, but nevertheless, you're still students at this garden. Furthermore, because you are Seeds, you must set an example to all others and abide by the garden's rules. Understood? Understood. Understood. Well, about your first mission, you are to go to Timber. There you will be supporting a resistance faction. That is your mission. A member of the faction will contact you at Timber Station. Is that piano in the background I see? A piano? I don't see a piano. I don't think I see a piano anywhere. A member of the faction will contact you at Timber Station. There are no pianos in this shot, no. This person will talk to you and say, the forests of timbers sure have changed, but the owls remain the same. Oh, in my background. Yeah, that's my keyboard right over there. My keyboard and then my guitar next to it. Yeah, I was looking at the game, I'm like, wait, where's a piano? Forests of timber sure have changed. At this time, you must reply, but the owls are still around. That is the password. Just follow the faction's orders. Just us 3? Correct. We have agreed to do this mission for very little money. Normally, we would never accept such requests, but enough talk about that. Well then, Squall, you are the squad leader. Use your best judgment based on the situation. Zell and Selfie, you are to support Squall and give your all to carry out the faction's plans. Oh, and Squall, I forgot to give you this. It's a cursed item, but if one with enough power uses it, it should be of great help. Received a magical lamp. Yes, we know what the password is. Alright, and we got Diablos in there we'll have to get. Found some cure magic. Always handy to have. Is that it? Ooh, 6,000 gil. 6,000 is a lot better than 1,500. Why does Sin just have a pocket dimension on hand? That is a good question to have. Does every seed member get a magic lamp to start their first mission? Or maybe are we just special? Magic plus 40. That is a beefy spell to learn. Ability to learn just right away. Very interesting. Alright, let's see here. Alright, so 3 hours and 13 minutes. My goodness. This was a good stream. Well, Sid did help run the orphanage, presumably. That is very true. Him and Adia. Man, that's, and the whole time I see Adia, all I can think about is like, she's a good person. She's just being controlled by Ultimacia from the future. 3 hours, oh my god. Yeah, so I think what we're gonna do is I think I'm gonna call it for today. But as always, Dr. Cheeto is awesome having you. Vocal, everyone else, you all are awesome. I appreciate you all so much. Good conversations we had, good stream. I'll be back same time tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, exactly. If you guys haven't done so already, please be sure to follow the channel. It helps me out a ton. I appreciate you all immensely. I also upload all my videos on YouTube and Twitter. Well, YouTube. And then you can chat with me on Twitter if you want as well. Nice. Yep. Pretty fun stuff there. Before we end, though, as always, are you all down to do a raid? Want to go raid someone else playing Final Fantasy VIII? Now then, I must away. Much to do. Nice, Vocal. All right. Well, I hope to see you then tomorrow at least. It's always awesome having you in chat. Good conversations we have. What about you, Dr. Cheeto? Want to go do a raid to someone playing some Final Fantasy VIII goodness? I need sleep. You need sleep. You need sleep too? Okay. That's all good. Well, I'll start the raid, and then if anybody wants to join, that'd be awesome. If no one wants to join, then I'll raid someone else myself individually. I wonder if you can do that. I'm sure you can. Maybe raid with a party of one. Let's see. Who else is playing some Final Fantasy? Oh, we got a couple people. Let's see. My friend Tank Top Zach, Dr. Cheeto. I know you know Tank Top Zach. I've seen you spamming those emotes. Not spamming, posting. I love the emotes. Emotes are fun. So I'm gonna go raid Tank Top Zach again, show him some love. And then if you all want to hang out, join the raid as well, that'd be awesome. Let's see. But appreciate having you though, Dr. Cheeto. Good chats. I hope to see you around in the channel more often. I'm all down for making new friends. Alright, we're starting a raid time. Got 3 of us. And then just say whatever you want. I'm gonna pop in and say, but need some sleep. All good, man. All good. Yeah. It is raid time. Give Zach some love, at least for a few minutes. And then hope to see you all back tomorrow. Have an awesome day, everyone. You all are awesome. Raid time.